this and that. Like this one in particular, because I've gone to many haunted bridges. This one though gives off like this weird vibe. Like just
Really?
not creepy, more just like it's weird. Like it's I don't know.
Who summons the race prince?
I do.
Well, no, the race prince is dead. I forgot the race. The race.
The Wraith.
Yeah, I killed the prince.
Welcome, Anthony.
All right.
Oh, yeah, round of applause.
I finally got on this show.
You know what? We're so busy. We got people lining up. You got to take a number. I'm just telling you. And you guys, I screwed up. I grabbed the wrong. Okay, so Stephen Woodard. Thank you, Stephen. He made the John Azuno for us. The flyer. Yep. Round of applause.
See,
Well,
why?
and then because I wasn't thinking, but of course Sydney goes, can you put Wraith World in there? Or Wraith Hunters. I can't remember now. See, my
Wraith
brain.
Wraith World.
Wraith World. And he did, but I didn't grab that flyer. So you know what? First episode, I fucked up. And second episode, I'm kicked off the team if I screw up again. So yes. So when you see us together, we represent Wraith World and everything else. But again, we have our own team, or our there's no I in team, but kinda. I mean, I'm a team. She's a team. We're all a team. But yeah. Wouldn't you like to be a team?
We're a team.
Be a team. He's like bobbing his head. He's like, oh God. Wait. Okay. Chad asks, did they help you feel better at the end, Sydney?
Yep. It's like I said, like if they're watching this, which I hope somehow it gets back to them, thank you. Thank you so much for all the rude shit you did. Because if you didn't, I would have never been free to join this guy's team, which I'm so honored and so privileged that he asked me. And I wouldn't have met this loca over here. La abuelita loca.
And the loca.
So
we haven't figured out which way we're supposed to really be pointing.
and then like after I had, I want to call it an awakening, Pete and Lurker and Anthony reassured me that, you know, hey, I need to leave it in the forest and just move on. And Anthony reminded me of all the great things we're gonna do. So I'm like, let's go. Did he freeze?
No.
I
know he said that. Like,
it's because it keeps popping up with the squares all over
Your
like
shit-
city screen.
You're haunted. Your stuff is haunted.
We're new here, Shaman. We're new.
I'm a baby.
See, look, it looks like that.
I'm a baby.
Let's see, we need to focus in it.
No, Chad, you're not allowed to come up.
Let's see.
Oh, you know what that is?
That right there. See?
You know what that means?
Mm.
That means your shit's haunted.
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding. It means you didn't pay your internet bill.
Don't say that. I'm scared.
Your thing just blurred too.
It did
Your camera's
actually.
blurry. Look.
Yeah. You know what it is, right?
It's still
the
blurry.
forest. It's
Anytime you talk about it, it's always been that way. Anytime I ever came on a podcast and I talk about it, either glitches
and I believe it.
or
It's like, dude, I legit told Pete when we were there that you were a completely different person. No, it's still blurry.
It's still blurry. It's not autofocus. That
It's definitely not autofocus, Chad.
it is.
I'm not a baby. I'm a fetus. I am a fetus. I'm new to all this paranormal stuff for sure. But yeah, no, like the way you were sitting on there and you were talking and just the way you looked, I like turned around and I looked at Pete and I was like, yo, something's in Anthony. That's not it. That is definitely, I was expecting you to like have dark eyes, like black eyes and freaking, man, I should have taken a picture of him.
That's what I was saying. That's why I should have took a picture.
Because like as I was walking up to him sitting on this chair, I was like, holy, and I told him too, I was like, dude, you look scary. Like you
Yeah, that's what we do. We're investigators. We take pictures of everything.
Did not forget though, my phone was on 6%.
But that's what happens in there, anyways. I mean, you totally forget to do stuff like that. I mean, you notice that I didn't even go live or anything in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I mean is I only go live in certain parts for certain times, and then the rest of it I don't because a lot of it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
And now that you understand what it does, like here that I told you last night, that was phase one. See, now you've it's accepted you. You've passed the test. It's got you. You don't carry those in your
I'm
heart
sorry.
anymore. You don't carry that in your heart anymore. So you kind of like I know it's a crazy word, but it's like a pure heart now. You know what I mean? You don't have that in your heart no more.
Yeah.
And
Anger
that
and
yeah,
hate.
in that
Yeah.
place, in order for it to show you more, you can't have those things in you. In anybody. You know,
Yeah.
and so now it's gonna get even better.
I know it is. I feel it. And I don't know if Ace told you, but I reached out to him. I was like, hey, I sent your dad this message earlier. And he was like, all right, are you looking for something like dark? And I was like, dude, yes. Because I want him to make a song that I want to put on a video, a future video.
Nice.
Um, and I want it to be like either about a team being born or like
Yeah, that's the race movie.
woman empowerment or something. And he was like, yeah, I got you. And I was like, dude, bet. I
That's
know,
cool.
Chad, I'm horrible with my stuff dying. Like, I need to buy one of those little kits that you can put all the batteries in.
Actually,
So
you know what
if
you
I
need?
ever need
I'll tell
batteries,
you
they're
what you
there.
need. Besides just batteries, you guys, when you're in a place and you don't have electricity, I mean, you can't go and plug into a tree. This right here, it's easy to carry around,
Ooh,
lightweight. You can plug stuff in, charge it. You can plug USBs in.
but you would have to
Uh,
charge that, right?
Yeah, and this actually,
Kind
if your power goes out, no, but you forget to charge things. I've
Yes.
taken this to Shadow Cemetery, and and you can also plug it into a car
Look at
jack
that.
too.
37%.
Hey, oh, I got you beat, girl. I got you beat. I got you beat. 27.
Ah, damn it.
Got you
Okay,
beat
you
this
win.
time. Okay.
Mine's at 50.
Yeah. See, you're special.
50?
But yeah,
But
so
but when you were talking about the chair, what was cool about that is that my the race queen went in there. We went in there during the daytime, and we went all the way. She went with me all the way into the with the chair. She actually sat in the chair.
Ooh.
Cheryl.
Yeah, because I was saying making fun of it. I said, "Look, I got dethroned." Because she's sitting in there. But what she was doing, I mean, that video, that live was pretty cool because there's two big trees. There's one on this side, there's one on the right side, and I mean they're big. So she went up to one, she hugged one tree, and she was hugging the tree. Then she went to the other tree and she hugged that tree,
Wait, who was hugging the tree?
the race queen.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Sydney's like going, okay. So wait, she went in there? Is that the first time or
That's the first time she's ever been on in anything to do with paranormal, especially walking into a place like that.
Wow.
wow.
So and
That,
we and she went. I took her to the places, and then I was trying to leave her, but she kept finding her way out of the portals.
I'm telling you, I would have gone. I would have gone to get her.
And then so she hugged one tree, right? She hugged one on the right, the big one, and then she came over to the left side. I mean, they're far apart, but she hugged that one, and then she told me that the tree told her that tree that she was hugging was the Nana tree, and the other tree was the dad tree.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And when she said that, I mean, it kind of like went right into my head. It's like because they do talk after like when you can go again, um, you'll learn how to walk in there and how to read the trees and listen to them because everything talks in there. The
Oh yeah.
trees, the rocks, the leaves, everything's everything's communicating, and that's how they'll show you which way to go. That's how it opens up, and so when she said that, I knew exactly. Like, wow, man, I didn't even think about that one right there. She was actually finding. She found like I don't know how many things in there. I mean, like, look, there's another one there. There's another one there. So it's kind of neat because I always told her that she was gonna be in the paranormal, and the day was gonna come, and she actually did it in the forest.
Wow. But I want to say this she's into gemstones and throw her channel out there. People who get into gemstones, your abilities start to open up too, and
Mm-hmm.
you feel more grounded, and you take away that the fear of the unknown,
Yeah.
and you
But
know what I mean.
she
I
wasn't
think
scared there though.
no, but remember she it's taken her almost a year to finally have her own podcast. You, you see, and you know now you can't get her off of that, and now she's going into the forest. I want to go into the forest, but I'm just saying the crystals guide you too.
Yep.
Yeah.
They really do. They help open up and they help guide. They help ground you, and so I believe in them wholeheartedly. People like, I mean, some of these I
And
got from
another crazy
people.
thing was the way we went into the forest. So we went into another portal on the other side, and we went straight. And then I forgot what Anthony had told me or said to us. But I said, oh, Anthony was like, hey, so do y'all want to leave here and go visit another spot? And I said, y'all guys can do that. I'm going to go back to my car. I'm ready to leave. And they laughed at me about it. Well, we ended up going straight and we took a right and we kept going all the way straight. And we ended up back at the entrance of the
That
forest.
I remember you saying that.
And there was no way to do that unless we took another right, took another left, did whatever we needed to do. And as we got out, I didn't think about it at first. And Anthony was like, turn around and look where we're at. And I turned around and I said, wait, what? And he starts laughing at me. He's like, think about it. He's like, we shouldn't have ended up out here. And I was like, yeah, no, we should have ended up on the other side. He goes, yeah. He goes, but what did you say when we were in there? I said that I wanted to go out and I wanted to go to my car and leave. He goes,
So they helped
he
you
said
out.
you wanted it out, so the force got you out. I
Wow.
was like, holy crap.
That is cool. That is
It was cool.
so do you know how long you guys were in there maybe, or
That's another thing that blew my
you
freaking
lost
mind.
time?
Anthony, tell her what happened.
Okay, because we came out of that first one out of that cave at 11:20, and then we went across we came down and we walked back, went into the right side, came back, and then we went into the forest where the other ones are at, the chair and all that, and then walked in there. We stayed in there and then came back out of there, and then that's when that happened to you, and then we walked back out, and I think it was like what that little like it was
Yeah.
like 12 something. Yeah.
Wow.
And I said, there's no way. He's like, yeah. And I said, we were in there a lot longer than that.
Yeah, it's like going to Walmart, man, and coming back, but you only been gone 20 minutes. That ain't gonna
Wow.
happen.
Why don't you want to go with me on an investigation? It's fun going on an investigation with me.
I want
Yeah,
to.
yeah, we got Joe in there. Joe, you need
Was
to watch
Beth,
this.
I think.
You need to watch this replay and hear Sydney's what she was explaining. That was her first time in there.
It
That'd
was
be cool.
amazing. And it's crazy because, like, on the way home, I kept wanting to turn around and go back. But I said, you need to go home. You need to go home. And so I got because I live in San Marcos, so I have to go through New Braunfels, through Shirts to San Antonio. But when I got to New Braunfels, I started getting really sleepy. And I was like, oh my God, if something could just help me get home and not fall asleep, everything would be great. Boom, instantly, I had like a jolt of adrenaline and I was wide awake. And then I got home and then I texted all you guys that I got home. And as soon as I was safe in my house, I crashed out. That place, when Anthony says it's magical, it is freaking magical.
That was just the beginning, and that's just the beginning. That's like
Greg,
After that, it'll blow that first time away.
Greg and Brandon, we will be able to investigate together come April. All of us.
Not Chad.
Not Chad. Yeah, Chad. Unless you go to Paracon by yourself, but hey, you can go. We can't tell you can't go.
Chad. In all seriousness, Chad, we love you. Okay.
I don't.
Watch everybody. Speak for
I
yourself.
don't.
You know the forest
Lady
told me to
Llama?
be nice.
He's weird. He's weird.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
my
what's cool about this is that from now on, every investigation you go on, it doesn't matter which one it is, you're gonna be different,
I bet.
and
That'd
you
be cool.
always will be connected to it. But you're gonna go back anyways because there's no turning back. So I told you,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're gonna go in, there's no turning back.
And honestly,
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, so I've said this to Anthony because we've talked about this, and he said it on the show on Brandon's show tonight. Or it might be too early for you because this, the next.
No, it is. You can,
Okay, do you feel now it's more of an obsession because you got to go?
hmm
Okay.
yep. Like just yesterday, Pete was like, "I'm going back to the forest." I texted him. I said, "I hate you," because I wanted to go with him.
Because it's
That's
almost like
when Anthony says that this forest consumes you, and that's all you end up thinking about. It's 100% true.
you want to learn more,
I mean,
or
I
you want to
saw
learn more
things
about
in
yourself.
there that I did not think I would see.
Okay, let me ask this. So I know when Anthony said, like, do you see that trail over there? Are you guys like, if he says, look at the fairies over there, are you seeing those fairies because he said it and it put it in your
Nope.
head? Or is it you're seeing something, you're like, hey, look what I'm seeing?
No, it's funny that you say that because we got out of one portal and I'm the one that pointed it out. I
Okay.
said, Anthony, look, there's a fairy. And he goes, I told you, you'll see them in here.
Wow.
And I said, look, there's another one in the tree. And I was just pointing them out left and right. And then I had told him, I was like, the ground has sparkles. The ground is literally sparkling.
Wow.
And he looked at Lurker.
Prayer Spitfire.
Prayer Spitfire. Anthony looked at Lurker and they started laughing. And I said, why are y'all laughing? He goes, Lurker, what did I tell you? And Lurker goes, that the ground sparkles. And he said,
That's
exactly.
cool. And so has okay, how do I want to say this? So only a few people have seen the ground actually sparkle. It's almost like it's got to show you. You see what I'm saying? Like if you and I both go in there, you're seeing the sparkly ground, but I may not.
Well, that's what he said the first time. What if I go in there and I just see a tree and you're telling me, look, there's a tree? I says, no, you're going to see it.
Yeah, that's what he told me. I said, what if I walk in there? Because like me and Aunt, like 2 days or a day before I went, I was talking to Anthony just on a private chat like this. And we were talking about the forest. And I was like, what's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? And I'm like, so you're telling me that I'm going to see stuff in this forest. Like when I walk in, how do I know I'm not going to be like, what do y'all see? What are y'all looking at? And Anthony's not going to be like, dude, look at the shadow or look at the face or this and that. And I'm like, what if I walk in there and all I see is trees? Like what y'all see is not what I'm seeing. It was crazy.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No.
So this investigation, okay, would you call this an investigation or would you call this like a reality check, but it's more of a spiritual check?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the crazy thing was, one of my fears that I've always told anyone who knows me and who knows Spanish culture was I always said I never want to see a duende, ever. Because the way I was brought up was duendes are these evil creatures who will hurt you and cause harm and all kinds of things. But when we went into this forest, Emmy, I saw so many duendes and I kept pointing them out to Pete. And Pete's like laughing at me. Pete goes, yeah, I know, they're everywhere.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, this is crazy.
But see, that's what I say, that for like when people say, well, I'm gonna go in there and I'm just gonna be a badass and everything, right? Okay, I'm just saying that. And
I
I
never
said,
said
just
that.
no. I'm just saying no
I
because I've
know.
I've had a
Most
lot of
people.
people,
Okay.
because a lot of people have a lot of people follow this forest for the last 2 years, and but I always say the same thing. I says this place will get to you. Well, it won't get to me. I says yes, it will. I said it's gonna get in your head, and whatever it is that you fear, or whatever it is that you have in your past, that it can get to you with a trauma or something from whatever it is, it's gonna find it, and
Hmm.
it's gonna manifest it in there. So it's kind of seeing your worst nightmare that you've
Again,
had
like a
this
Harry
thing.
Potter type thing. I'm
Yeah,
just
so, but it's gonna do that for a reason, because that's where it's gonna break you. And that's what happened to some of my members who were when it broke them like that, and they couldn't handle it, because not everybody can handle reliving a trauma, and not only
right.
reliving it, but actually seeing it.
Hmm.
So it just depends how it's going to come at you, but that's what it'll do. And that's why I say either you're going to lose your mind, you're going to get lost, or it's going to kick you out, or it's going to show you more if you can get past that. And so to me right now it's the same. To me, I am happy about it, because I've been talking about this forest for a long time before I started actually having people that could actually go in there, and now they're validating the things that I've been talking about this whole time, because I came out talking about portals, and I held off for a long time talking about fairies, because now, okay, even though you're paranormal and there's paranormal people around you, there's some out there that say, okay, here we go with the fairies and the orbs and all
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Even though they're paranormal, but you can still get that judgment on you. But now there's people, now there's other people that are seasoned investigators that are now experiencing what I was talking about. And
Right.
I know what you're getting at too, because I've thought about that. Maybe I'm hypnotizing them. Maybe I'm manifesting it and doing it. But even with the thing, the one I think that I liked the most out of it was when we were walking, and I was seeing it. Says look into the forest right there, and you can see the other dimension. That's what it is, and you can see where you can see right through the trees, and you can see, like, looking across the street. You can see the other house.
Hmm.
There wasn't a house in there, but just like that, you can see that you can walk down the hill and go to that place. And then I said, "You think you can walk through there?" And, well, of course. I think you said that, right? Yeah, I can walk
Yeah.
through it. You can see it. I said, "You think?" And I lit the flashlight, and then boom, there's a freaking wall of nothing but trees
Yeah.
so tight that you couldn't walk through there. And I turned it off, and she goes, "What the hell?" It's like what she was saying earlier. And I turned it off again. I said, "That's what I'm talking about. How can you see it with the light off? But when
Yeah.
you turn the light on, you see what it really is." You know,
So what if you tried to walk there without the light because you could see it, but you're not going to use the
Ooh.
light? You're just going to hit a wall, or have you guys tried walking through there? How do you know as soon as you get up close, it doesn't open up?
I did.
Oh, and you walked into it, or did
Yeah,
it
we,
open
we
up?
walked a little further, and I showed it to her again. This time I said, okay, this time I turned on the flashlight first. I said, you
Mhm.
see all the trees, right? I said, yeah, so you think I can walk? Well, I don't know if I said I think I can walk through there. I said, well, look, I think I can walk. I think I said, okay, here's all the trees. I lit up the flashlight, and I'm going, you see the trees, right? You think I can walk through there? I turned it off, and I just took off right through it.
Yeah.
So you did walk through it.
Yeah.
It
So
did open up for you.
yeah. So we were walking and he had the flashlight. He was, look, stop. You see all this? And there was like bushes and twigs and trees. And it was just like, there's no way of going through there. And he turned it off and he goes, now watch, wait. And we waited a couple seconds and then a little path appeared. And he
Uh,
walked straight through it.
So are you guys like recording when you're doing this, or you're just going in?
See, that's the weird thing. Pete tried to record it, but on his end, it was just pitch black. Pitch black. Like the forest wants.
Because you can't use the light because then it's shut.
Hmm. And the crazy thing was, when we got there, Pete and Lurker were like, "Oh, the houses are up here." I was like, "What houses?" He goes, "Look to your left." I said, "I'm looking to my left. All I see are trees." They said, "Just wait. Just give it a minute. Open up to the forest." That's what they told me. I said, "Okay." So I like cleared my mind, and I was like, "Okay." In my mind, I was like, "Whatever you need to show me, show me." And I
Wow.
remember because Lurker started laughing at me. We were walking, and I said, "Oh, do you guys see that house up on the hill?" And they started laughing. They're like, we told you there's houses there. And then Anthony goes, where? And I said, look up there on the hill. There's a house. It was a big house. And then you can see a little trail going up towards the house. But then he shined the light and there's no trail. And there was no house.
But see now, Amy, you have experienced Lurker's story, right? That I took in. Then now I took someone else who's been in the paranormal for a long time, has been to many places, investigating many things, seen many things. And now you hear her story as the same thing in her experience.
I still want to go.
And the crazy thing was that night I dreamed about the forest. And the next morning I messaged Anthony and I said, the fairies want me to tell you that they want us to take candy next time. And they were so happy to see you.
You said take candy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've asked this before to Anthony, like, have you guys ever taken food in as an offering and left it? Because I know when I go to places, I like to take food and I leave it there as an offering. So
we might have to take candy because they were asking for it.
So you've never taken any food as an offering then, right? At all. Anthony, this question's for you.
No, I did an offering, but it wasn't candy.
Or
no, wait a minute. No, that was the other offering. So I'm trying to think. No, that was the offering to that freaking deity god that kicked my butt. Not in there though. This was another place. No, when I did the offering in there, I took. No, I didn't take any candy. I don't remember.
Love you, Beth. See, well, not just candy.
That's when,
like
that's when me and Pete and Lurker went in.
Or orange. Oranges or something. Not only is that good as an offering.
Oh, I took liquor.
Oh, that's going to help all the spirits flying around being drunk, crashing into trees.
No, I didn't take liquor. I took liquor to the other one.
Okay. But I totally forgot where my brain was going with this. Do you think that's going to make something different? Do you think they're going to open your eyes up more to something, taking them candy because they want candy this time?
You want your soul. No, I'm joking.
I said that to you. I'm like, you sold your soul to the devil, man.
I don't know. I mean, we can find out. Like I said, there's a sequence to this. There's patterns to it, and of course, me being there so many times already and gone so deep, being by myself and been there. I've learned the patterns of how it starts. That night was really an initiation for Sydney, because Pete's already gone through it. Pete and Lurker's already gone through it. Now that they know that she can go in like that, now they're gonna start taking her. It's because like when we were in that night, Lurker was getting all kinds of new ideas for his experiments. He was saying it. I gotta stop right now because I gotta stand still because I'm just getting so much download right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone will get something different from now on. When we go in there, but there's still another dark side to this thing. It's not just all candy and stuff like that. There is another side to it. It just they haven't got there yet to that one.
Yeah, I've brought when Jay's smoking, he's brought tobacco and stuff like that, gemstones. But I always bring an offering of food, whether it's something small or something I have in the car. But I try to bring oranges or an apple and slice it up for them.
But see, we're talking about portals, dimensions, fairies, cryptids, beings, orbs that people don't believe in. Lurker's seen some really nice ones in there, some pretty big blue ones with like a size of a basketball. And the fairies, when the fairies come out, the like the one that Cindy saw, and then when she saw it, I said, okay, now watch it. And it started turning red, green, blue, different colors. And then it started like to dance around a little bit. You can see it. And then I'm just trying to prove to her about this place in your mind. because you will start to manifest things there too. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's when I told her, okay, we saw it moving. Okay, and then I said, what do you, if you weren't a paranormal investigator right now, well, what would you think that was? Like she said a can. Okay, so then we started walking up to it real slow. So don't take your eyes off of it, you know. And then we kept watching it, walked up to it, and I said, what is it? She said a
It's a
can.
can.
But yet it was dancing around the
Mm-hmm.
before that.
Yep. And then, like I said, it wasn't because I saw a bunch of them after that. It wasn't a firefly because fireflies are just green. This changed from blue to red to green to orange. Like it was changing colors.
And then when when they really come out, and then I just saw this, they look like your background, literally
Really?
like that. That's how they'll start to come like that, literally just like you see it. That many of them.
And the other thing, like, do you guys hear crickets or anything, or is it just dead silent?
Dead silent. Dead
Wow. Okay.
silence. And he pointed that out. Like at first, we heard like the machines because there's a Toyota plant nearby. But then after he like said, just absorb the forest, let it speak to you. It got quiet, super quiet.
Yeah.
Nothing else existed. There was
Like
nothing
there's no
around.
time in there when that happens. Time doesn't exist right now. We're in like a
Wow.
void. There's nothing here, except what you see, but whatever you manifest in your mind.
Wow.
It's actually what it's doing. It's like I told him, it's upgrading your abilities. Whatever abilities you have, it's gonna start tweaking them. Of course, you're gonna start freaking out. You can start freaking out a little bit of it because now instead of just hearing, like some of us, we can hear a person or we can feel them, right?
Right.
Well, it's like walking into Walmart and all of a sudden you feel everybody at the same time, you know. So, but if you can get past that, it's I know I like, and now I can now I can actually start revealing more about it because now I have more people that have gone in there. This is not their first rodeo in the paranormal, you know. Everybody's experienced something crazy in their own
Right.
ways or whatever it is that they've experienced, but never nothing like this. This is different. That's why I said before, this is beyond paranormal.
Mhm.
This is crossing so many levels that it's beyond that.
So
And
many
it was
different realms.
and it was really, yes, and it was really quiet. It was really peaceful that night. There was no threatening. I didn't feel like I was being surrounded or anything like that. It was really, it was quiet, but it was that because for her, that whole thing was for her.
It was crazy.
Wow.
And another thing is, so I'm a medium, and when I tap into a location or I let a location tell me what it wants to see, I'll just get pictures, and they're kind of like Polaroid pictures. That night when we were staying in the cave, it's like I was there. They weren't pictures at all. I saw a Native American woman to my left. I saw a Native American woman to my
Could you
right.
hear them talking, or
Hmm.
they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh?
I felt the fire that was in front of
You
us.
know my
I
phone?
heard the little kids running around. No, we never sleep. And
Welcome to our crazy world.
it's crazy because I like instantly started saying there was a fire here. There's ladies sitting here. One's feeding a baby, the other one's making a basket. Like they're just or making pottery, and they're just sitting here minding their own business.
Do you
And
see
Lurker
like
pulled
do they
out
have? Go ahead.
Lurker pulled out one of his devices that reads temperature. And where I said I felt warm and I could see a fire, it was hot.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. The fire. Can you smell it? Have you been able to smell fire or food
Mhm.
from these Native Americans and
This
stuff?
part opened up something because I could feel the fire, I could smell the fire, I could hear the ladies laughing and talking.
Wow.
And the other one, I could hear like the clay being added to the jar she was making it. I could see what they were wearing. They're wearing cloths,
I don't
like
know. I don't know what they
different
know.
cloths, and I could hear the kids giggling. And in the distance, I could see like the men just kind of watching them, making sure everything was okay.
Wow.
And like I said, usually my visions come in as Polaroid pictures. So they'll come in with like little snippets here and there. So like this one time I was giving a girl a reading and I got just a picture of lilies. And then I got a picture of what her aunt looked like. And I got a picture of her aunt's backyard. Just like little pictures. This, I was actually there. And I've never been able to do that.
Wow. And somebody's not paying attention, Anthony. I'm joking.
It's because she's sitting with the pictures that she took from the forest. Oh, it's because we when she was walking, she pointed out that there was like a bedding on the grass. You could see the grass how it was laid over. Because there's something else in there too. That's what I mean. This is where we start getting now into the crypt, the other things that are in there.
When we first walked in, we walked to the first portal and my chest got heavy and I felt like I was losing my balance.
Oh, wow.
I felt distorted. And Anthony looks at Lurker and Pete and he starts laughing. He goes, "Look where she's at." And you look down on the floor and there's these giant footprints, Emmy, on the floor. And he shows me where these creatures or where these things come out of one portal, walk right across the path where we're at and into another one.
Wow.
See, there's that one that we walked through, Emmy.
Oh yeah.
That was during the
So
daytime.
pretty.
But we went because I told them when we were there, I said, okay, I'm going to bring my team tonight. So, just let them know.
I was going to ask, and it just totally went out of my head. Hold on. Shit.
See, and there's the other one. They have arches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the main entrance to the one of them. See that?
Oh, that's what I was going to say. The picture that I saw. Hey, Vegas Paranormal. The picture that Pete sent me. Was that through the first portal? Because as soon as I saw the picture, it was a heaviness on my chest. And it was funny that you just said that. So,
Which one did he send you?
That's
The fire?
That's the one with the print in the grass.
No, he sent me. I don't know which one. You'll have to ask Pete. Because it was, like I said, there was a whole bunch going on. And I was really heavy. And I didn't say that, but it's funny that you said that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go grab me an orange because I made myself hungry. I got to eat because I'm Mackenzie, right?
That's neat. I'm trying to get this here. That's neat because I was looking at that one and that the light is making a heart on the ground.
Oh yeah. It is. It misses you.
This is the one that she took here. That archway. She had that other one too.
I'm back.
Look. Do you see the footprints on the floor?
I do.
Those suckers are huge.
So are they like footprints or are they like boot prints?
No, I don't know what they are, but they are huge.
Like a Sasquatch.
Huge prints.
Oranges.
That's what we're thinking.
Ooh. See, I need to like keep a casting. Hey, Barbara. I need to keep a casting, like a casting kit, the to take with me because you never know. And I know if you take one of those, you can get like at least 1 foot or something.
That's a good question for Mama Wraith. Would she go through there at nighttime?
Yeah. The thing about it is you forget everything. You forget. I mean, the thing is, like I say, what happens is that, like for me, even what we're talking about right now, this is what investigators dream about.
Right?
Seeing full body apparitions, like the one that I caught going across us during that live, and you saw it. You saw that.
You keep going. You keep going blurry, and your camera. I've been on podcasts with you, and your camera doesn't go that blurry.
Yep.
But it only happens when I talk
Look,
about it.
look at his eyes too, though. They change. They go to like a dark, dark black.
They are black. They're really black. They're
No,
like doll eyes.
no, they're
No,
like dark child black.
Oh, that
not the
little
entire. You don't see the whites of your eye. You
on
don't see
those
your
on
No,
those
you
on
don't.
those what do you call those kids? Black eyed kids.
Black eyed
black-eyed
kid.
kids.
Yeah.
Lucky, that's crazy.
But like I'm saying is that you you wouldn't like for me now. I don't really care about evidence anymore. I've been like
So
that
you
already
don't
for a
take
while.
anything in there with you, do you?
Ask them.
He just goes. He doesn't take
I mean,
anything.
I took my
I'm a
necrophonics
what?
and I used it for a minute, but other than that, and
You're a
I
muette. It's a good thing. You're a
Okay,
muette.
okay.
yeah, I don't because, and I have footage. I have footage that have nobody's seen, and but I don't show it. That's why I say I only go live for a little while,
Hmm.
and then there's certain places that I don't. And I know that those places, it's kind of like this. Like even that one instance when I showed Sydney instance, when I lit up the light, and when you could see through the forest, and you can see that you can walk through it, walk down, and walk. Just keep on walking to a field. And then I turn on the light, and there's nothing but trees so close together. They're like this, right there. It's a
Wow.
wall of trees, and you can't get that on camera. It won't work. You can try to take pictures, but it's not going to work. So it's like it becomes pointless. So now you start thinking to yourself, okay, so then why am I seeing this? Because this is real. I mean,
Right.
it's right there in front of you, and but you can't get it. And so for me, it's like I know that this place, it's kind of like I said, it goes beyond that. It's more of a journey that you start going down. It's kind of difficult to explain.
Good night,
Uh,
Greg. Thank you for
Hi,
being
Greg.
here. Love you, man.
But like I said, but we're talking about fairies and portals and stuff. All the stuff that a lot of people put down, people were talking about. That's what,
Duendes.
and that's why I always say to this. I always say, you know what? All you gotta do is just give me a date. I already know what time, and I'll meet you there.
Yep.
I don't care
Wow.
who it is. It doesn't matter who you are. Just give me a date and I'll meet you there and I'll take you in there. And if it allows you, then it will. If it don't, then I'm gonna laugh my butt off because we're gonna kick your ass and gonna throw you out of there. And I will laugh.
Yeah, it's crazy. We went into one portal. He went in first, and something kept pushing him back. He couldn't go through, and I was like, hmm. Well, we went to another portal, and that same thing was happening to me and Lurker.
That was
Lurker
a
goes, "What's
tree. That was the
wrong?" I
big. That was the
said,
big tree.
"Yeah." Lurker goes, "What's wrong?" I said, "I can't go in. Something's not letting me in." And then finally, I was able to go in, and when I did, that's when I said, like, you look back from where you came, and it was foggy, super duper foggy.
Because you're looking
And
through
then
a
you look
window.
to the other side where you were, and it was clear.
Wow.
You're
And
looking
no,
through a window.
And okay, so when you see the fog, is it the entire area fog or is it the
yeah,
fog above the ground?
no,
So
everything.
it's wow.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the create like we were talking about that, and people were like, "Oh, well, the Donkey Lady Bridge is right next to it, and there's water." In this area, there was no water, and they're like, "Well, was the ground wet?" Nope, completely
but
dry. You
again, why
could
would there be
hear
fog behind you and not in front of you?
in front of you. Yeah,
The fog will come out during the daytime.
it was
Do you think the
amazing.
fog is helping hide
No, the
other
fog.
things?
The fog that happens when the dimension starts to open,
Okay.
It's crazy.
and then you walk through there.
I mean, you're gonna be so mad at me.
Why? You gotta go?
I gotta get some sleep. I gotta take my kid to work to school in the morning.
That's okay.
We wake up
I'm
at
not gonna be
6.
mad. I wasn't gonna
It's
stay
okay.
live long, but
It's
no,
okay.
it's
But let me say this real quick. The way they see me when I was trying to go through that fence, and they kept pushing me back and pushing me back. Okay, then they experienced that when we're going to go through that big arch on the tree. Now that's what I was saying is that's the same thing that happened to us the very first time when we went in that original one, when we came back, we couldn't cross back. It kept pushing us back and pushing us back when we couldn't get through back. You know, like she pushed through that one and went through, and I pushed through and I went through. But that first time we couldn't. We kept hitting it, and we
Really?
kept bouncing back and bouncing back. We couldn't get out of that one, and that was the very first time that when my original team went in, and that I had to follow it. You could actually see it. You could actually see it like it was wavy, transparent, like water,
Right?
and we kept going, and we couldn't. We could see my other member and that girl, but they couldn't see us. She said, "I can't see them. I can't even hear them." And because my mother member told me after that, I said, "But we were right there. We were like 20, 25 feet away from them, but they couldn't see us, but we could see them and hear them.
Wow.
But there was a shimmering wall, and we couldn't get back. We just kept hitting it and hitting it and hitting it, and so I was, you got to stay calm, because you start freaking out, then you're gonna lose it, and then you're gonna be done, and then those other things will come and get you. That's what happens.
What are the other things? Well, if you have to go, hold on.
Those
We can
guardians.
still
So,
talk.
like, before I get off, because Anthony had told me, relax, just let the force do its thing. And I remember he had told us this story about people getting lost, never coming back. And I started getting scared, and I was like, what if I don't get home to my kid? Like, what if I get lost and I can't return to him? Like, what's going to happen? And I haven't told Anthony this, but when I thought that, I felt warm, and
Like
something
something
whispered
hugged
in
you?
my ear. Yeah, something whispered in my ear, it's going to be okay.
Wow.
And everything was fine. Like, I wasn't complaining about how cold it was outside.
It
And
actually
you know
got
what the
warm.
crazy thing about it was, it was like a warm hug in a warm environment. That the next day, I told everyone in the chat, I was like, y'all guys, my face is red. Like, my cheeks were red, red, red. And when I would touch them, they were hot, burning hot. And it's because it was so cold out there that I got wind chill burn on my face.
Wow.
So I had to put aloe vera on my face all day yesterday to kind of get the sun, to kind of get that chill burn to go away. But I felt so warm that I didn't even know it was that cold.
Wow.
Yeah, even during the daytime, when me and the queen went in there, she was freezing when we got there. And once we went inside, I told her, "Do you feel how by the chair?" I said, "Do you feel how warm it is in here?" And it got warm,
Mm-hmm.
but it was freezing on the outside of it. But see, we're not in the same place because we already crossed over now. You see, we're in a different place, and it was so warm that I could feel the warmth coming. That my tennis shoes were getting warm. You could feel the warmth coming from the ground through your tennis
Oh
shoes.
yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was something. But yeah, like I felt like a warm hug, and I heard someone tell me it's going to be okay. You're going to get out. Everything's going to be fine. And here we are now. And I'm
And
ready
you
to go
want to go
back.
back now. You're
I want to go back.
obsessed.
She's
Yeah.
obsessed. She's obsessed now.
I'm like, yo, Anthony, we're going back.
It's a drug. It's a drug, damn it.
But no, you do have to use a flashlight too, because it's like I said on Shaman's podcast, you will walk into barbed wire.
Now you will walk into barbed wire.
You walked me into barbed wire.
That's-
Actually,
I
no,
like to wear my nerdy headlights.
Pete walked me into barbed wire because
Yeah.
Pete went over it like nothing. And then I got to it and boom, right in my ankle. And I said, ow. I said, there's barbed wire here. And he goes, what, really? And then Lurker turned on his light and he goes, hey, there's a fence here. And I was like, way to go, Pete. Way to go.
Wow.
Well, the next step, the next phase is like I was just telling my wife that I was telling her what you said, and I said the next phase is I'll show you how to learn. I'll show you how to walk through there where you don't need the flashlight, where it'll just show you everything, and you'll
Yeah, I
see
used my
everything.
flashlight so much that night. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry
know.
for blinding you.
My eyes are still hurting.
I can only picture she's like shining it everywhere.
I was like a little kid getting rid of monsters.
It's because my eyes are so adjusted to the dark that even the moon that was out it will blind me like the sun. I can't see with the
Wow.
moon. It blinds me. It's like looking at the sun.
Okay, well, I will see y'all later, Gators. Love you.
Alrighty.
Why do you keep throwing
Nice.
West Side?
Nice dreams.
Oh, for real. I'm gonna dream about that.
No. Again, you guys, Tuesday, we're going to Sydney and I, the new show, the
Wraith Worlds,
World,
the
the
Huntress
Huntreses
realm.
realm. And again, we're going to have John Azuno on there. You guys definitely join us, please. It's going to be 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern. If you got questions, because we're going to pay attention to chat and talk to him too, because we can multitask like that.
Yeah, John's real cool, man. He's got some cool, his own paranormal.
Yeah.
On his movie set that happened when he was
Oh
filming
yeah,
Demon Fighter.
I heard a little bit about that, so I definitely want to know about that, and then I definitely want to know. I'm not going to tell you guys because then you guys.
So when you know what's going to happen, it's going to be like this. You're going to be like there, and so
all I see is squares. She's all squares right now. Again, she's been all squares this whole time.
Maybe it's not your internet connection. Maybe it's the forest.
But why is
Who's
it
all squares? Me or her?
No, just Sydney. And why is it
on
all
me?
you?
Because I'm the newbie. I'm the new forest person, and it's messing with me.
Yeah, look, watch.
Oh, hey.
No, sure. It's only when you do that, when you take it off the, like that. I don't know why it does. I've never had that done. Look, I'll take a picture of it. Look.
Okay.
Right there. Okay.
You know, that's what we thought it was, Spitfire.
Goblins.
We thought it was like trolls or like.
Wow.
It's not even on Emmy.
No. So what if I swap? Did it change?
No, she just went to squares on the other side.
Do I look squares to anybody else?
Now she's squares on the bottom. But I'm the only one. I'm the only one that sees it.
That's weird.
See, I'm the only one that sees it. It's only on my side.
Maybe it's because you took me into the forest.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. I'll let you know what I dream about you.
Well,
maybe I know what it is. It's because it's like what you said earlier when you said that night. I goes, aren't we still back over here sitting down?
Oh my God, yes. Okay, thank you for saying that. So as we were leaving, or we left the first portal and we were going somewhere else, and they showed me time or something. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, they showed me the time. And they said we were out. I said, we're not out. They're like, yeah, we are. I said, no, we're not. I said, we're back at the cave. Right now we're at the cave. We're sitting there at the cave. I said, we all sat down in front of the fire and we're all just hanging out. And they look at each other and then they look at me and they're like, what did you just say? I said, wait a minute. I said, oh, wait, y'all are fucking with me. We're still there, aren't we? And they're like, no, like, we're right here, present time. We're standing right here. And I was like, no, we're sitting back at the cave. Like, for that instant, I was pretty damn sure that we had not gone anywhere, that we were still sitting there in that spot, surrounded by the fire, keeping warm, just hanging out. Like a part of, so now that's crazy because maybe a part of me is still there.
Yeah.
It's crazy because now that I think about it, the next morning I told Anthony that I was still there. I said, dude, I think I'm still at the forest. He goes, huh? And I said, a part of me is still there. I'm walking around. Let me see if I can find the text that I sent him.
Yeah.
Like I described everything. I was like, I'm walking around. I see mushrooms. I see the fairies. Like it was crazy.
See that now I started explaining to her. That's what happened to us. Say my original team. After the first time, the second time we went back, and then the third time we came back, we would have come home. Me and my son would come home, and then but we kept feeling like we had to go back, and we had to go back. Like we could hear it calling us, and he would call me up and say, "Hey man, this place keeps calling me," and I says, "I know it calls me too. Like so we need to go back." So we would just when a week go by, we'll go right back. And then to one time I said, you know what? I don't think the forest is calling us. I think it's us that we're still there calling us back.
Obsessed.
I told him,
but I told you that. I told you that. Last time when you interrogated me, but now you're hearing it from her. You see.
I said,
but she says she's obsessed.
This is what I told him. I said, It has so many different magical creatures. I'm sure there are one that's there. Like after what happened yesterday, I'm ready to forgive my uncle and move on. And the Gold Gals, I wish them nothing but the best. But they better be ready because we're coming. And then he told me what he told me. And then I said, I'm still here. I'm at a big tree with circles and mushrooms and flowers. And the fairies want us to take them candy the next time. They were happy to see you, by the way.
So you guys, okay.
Maybe they're
And
saying
now
to
it's
take,
pouring rain outside my house.
maybe they're saying to take Chad candy back and leave him
It
there.
is like
Feed 'em.
pouring
Really?
rain. Yeah.
Huh.
Like,
Candy Mountain, Chad.
let me show you
Yeah.
guys.
I can't see nothing. All I see is squares. Now you're back. Now you're normal.
That's crazy. She got up and moved around. Now she's normal.
Yeah, now I can see her.
Oh my God. I hear it.
Yep.
Wow.
Now the fun will start the next time she goes in and it turns it up now, and now it won't be so nice.
You don't think
And
it'd
I
be
kid
nice
you
to
not, I
next time?
swear to God, just now as I was closing my door, I heard someone go, They
Huh.
hummed. I'm
Wow.
telling you.
She turned into squares
place-
again. She's squares.
Look, let me show you.
So do you
how
think
I-
when you go in there, are you going in the future or are you going back in time?
Well, I showed him the diagram that's on the floor over there, and it means 30 years, 30 minutes, 30 seconds. And that's where I stood the last time that I went there by myself during the daytime. And that time it was really cloudy. It was like, in San Antonio, it was all cloudy. And I stood on those three triangles. And when I looked up, there was a big hole that opened up in the sky, and you could see blue through it. And I filmed that
Wait,
one on my
Chad.
camera.
I live in San Marcos, so that's like up here compared to San Antonio's covered in rain. I'm way up here where there's hardly any rain. It shouldn't be pouring that hard outside my house right now.
Wow.
That big old rainstorm you see over San Antonio has not hit me yet. So it should not be raining that hard right now.
Wow. Hold on, is it raining here too now that you said that?
I can't see nothing. All I see is squares.
Yeah.
Okay,
Swear to
so
God, it's
yeah,
like-
Oh, you know what?
Right
You look like when they do that kaleidoscope and it makes you look like a bunch of y'all like this.
Yeah.
That's what she looks like. I can see her right here through the middle ones, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Beth
14,
is saying
15.
maybe a
I'm in the yellow
spiritual
and
cleansing.
green. I'm in the yellow green area, Chad, that you sent me. I'm not in the red. I don't live in San Marcos. I live more towards Kyle.
Okay, well, now that they put that on there, Adventures of Best with Special Cleaning, I have a live that we did the last time I went when it was me and Lurker.
Okay,
We
I gotta
went to
go.
Yes, go, because you'll stay talking. Love you.
My lights are flickering. Okay.
Bye. Love you. Bye. Bye. Get the fuck out of here. Now we can talk about her.
Well,
Start talking.
it's because she's what they said there, and then spiritual cleansing. The last time when I went, it was me and Lurker that went into the new spot, and on the live, I was using the necrophonics in there, and you heard him say that he said he's here for a cleansing,
Oh.
and you can hear it in the live. I still got it.
Wow. So what would you recommend? Okay, the Necrophonics app is my go-to app when I don't have,
SB7.
SB7. Have you guys used an SB7 in there?
I don't like it.
Because of the
Yeah, and then for me, it's just because, like I said, that one that I used, that particular phone, I have the necrophonics on all my devices,
Right.
but it works the best on that one. And
That's I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's almost like your own dowsing rods.
right.
You don't let anybody touch it, do you?
No, nobody uses that one. Well, nobody uses any of them, but that one.
But I mean, you don't let people. If you ask somebody, "Hey, can you hand me my phone?" or do you keep that on you at all times?
Well, it's on my little rig. You know my little rig.
That I mimic
You
from
ever
you?
seen my little rig? So it's on there. But I mean, that one, like I say, that one is an 8-year-old phone. It has no service. You know, it's an old phone that I had laying around. But I was able to get Wi-Fi on it. Of course, you can use Wi-Fi. So I downloaded that app on it, and then. But when we're out there is no Wi-Fi. But anyways, but I have the Wi-Fi turned off. I have it on airplane mode, and there's no service on it. So I have it like way overkill as anything getting into it, you know.
Right.
And then I can use the Bluetooth to my X1 speaker, but I use an auxiliary cord because I don't want any kind of outside interference coming to it. You see, so I have nothing on it, and um, um,
You just totally fucked him up right there.
yeah, because I was thinking that because there was a shadow that went through me. Oh, that was the shadow. No, that was at the that was on the other side when me and Peter Nurker went. There was a cold wind shadow. There was a
You
cold
just
wind that went
walked
right
into
through
her
me,
bedroom.
and then it moved the grass on the ground like that, and I felt it go through me, but there was no wind. And Pete saw a black shadow behind me. But that was on the other, in another part of that place. Not even, it wasn't even close there.
Do you guys like stay together? Because okay, so like you and I have investigated together. You know, as soon as I get to a place, I'm out of the car. I'm off. Just because I don't know why. Because I like to be by myself. I guess I don't know. Do you guys do that, or do you all actually stay as a group or very close to each other?
Well, we stay together, but I mean, I do wander off. Like if you don't, there's times there that like even I remember that night when we're going. I got way ahead of them, you know. Um, but we can. I mean, to me, it's like if you go off on your own, you'll get to the point. Like I'm saying, you get to the point that you don't care about all that. You're not. Once you know that this place is with you, that like I said, there's still the downside. This is all the pros of it. Now there's still the cons of it.
Well, it's looking like some of the cons have come back with her. If she's the rain that she's getting right now, she just talked about a foggy shadow person or figure.
No, he leaves. See,
He no. I bet he does. See, I want to go there because I just want to know what it is. Not it, but what's the calling about is what I want to, you know. I don't know how to explain it because now I'm hearing her story, like you said, and it really does open up a lot of things. And my dog's snoring like right behind me. I wouldn't say I'm scared, but I feel more alert now. Does that make sense? You're just like shaking your head, like, "Yep, they're gonna fuck you up, Emmy." I don't think they will. I think because I know that boundary and I have that respect. You know, I'm not going in with the intention or anything. I guess I'm just I don't know.
they won't do it. Nothing will happen the first time if I think it's just kind of like if if you're there just to exploit it, then it will.
No.
You know what I mean? You know, the usual
Right.
paranormal investigator mind. I used to have that too. No lie. And so if you have that type of thing, yeah, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You're gonna get surrounded. You're gonna feel hunted. Something will come out at you, and you'll get out of there before it actually gets a hold of you. because your own flight, that
Yeah.
fight and flight senses,
Fight or flight.
yeah, it's going to get you out of there.
So I record everything. I always have a camera running. What do you think? Do you think if I get there, I'm probably going to think differently? You think they may do that to me, make me think differently, and not keep my camera running or something?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You won't. You'll forget. Oh, was it Pete forgot this time here? A lot of he missed a bunch of stuff, man, because he forgot to turn it on. Lurker did. Actually, Lurker did.
Really?
And but that's what it does. I mean, like I said, it's not. It goes beyond the paranormal thing. I mean, as far as filming. I mean, and then you'll finally see, like, after you start to try to do it. If it doesn't die on you or whatever, you're not going to get anything out of it. You can't get what you're seeing.
Right. Okay.
During the daytime you can, because of course you can see more. But even then, it's going to fuzz out. It's going to glitch or something. Because I try to do it with on the lives, but of course the lives, because it's going out, it does freeze up. It'll
Right.
make it freeze. So I said, okay, well, this time I'm going to record with my other camera where it's just recording. So there's no freezing on this one. Yet it'll still mess with it.
So, do you have night vision on that other camera then?
Yeah, the other one has two types of night vision. That's the green one and the black and white one.
Okay. And you don't see nothing.
I have some footage, but not the good ones. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this one right here,
Right.
it just doesn't happen. I mean, it's like it just won't happen. And you get, like I said, you'll get to a point where you almost feel like it's even disrespectful to do this.
That makes sense. I can see where that is.
It's kind of like filming. I guess I don't know. I don't know if people do it, but I guess kind of like somebody's funeral or something.
I was going to
mean?
say, like, Patty and I have gone to and she's filming, and there's a couple times I'm like, I can't. This is a family thing.
Right. That's what you feel like that. Like you feel like it's
that
just
makes sense.
like this is just wrong. This is not cool to do this here. And what you're gonna see is for you, or everybody's gonna have, like I said, their personal experience, and that's exactly what happens. But it starts off like that. It starts off really nice, and it'll test you to see if you are worthy to go in,
right?
And if you can get past that, like Sydney, and like all of us, we've had to let go of things. Now, if we're not willing to let go of those hurts, those traumas, whatever it is that's going to show you, then if you want to hold on to them, then you're not worthy,
right,
to see the rest. And you can look at that even if people that believe in God, God wants you to have a pure heart. So in order to see certain things, you have to have that pure heart. You can't carry that bitterness or hurt in your heart, or that hate, that anger, because it blocks you from seeing, the truth. And so even if you look at it that way, it's not going to allow you, because you're not worthy enough. Maybe you need to go back out into the world again and deal with it for another 20 years until you're ready to let go. Then come back, and then I'll show you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that too. Well, if you look at it in that aspect.
Even Chad's saying he agrees with you, and that makes a lot of sense.
Right. So then once you do that, then you come back in, or if you come in already and you allow that to be taken from you, you're ready to let it go, no matter how hard it was. The experience is that you're willing to forgive and let it go. Now what I call it now you allow yourself to ascend to that higher level. So your frequency changes, because now you're going to ascend
you're moving up.
Right. You're going to ascend to a higher frequency, and to the frequency of that forest. And now you're going to see something different.
Do you think the forest helps teach you to be a better person?
Yes, that's what I said this last time. I said that I feel like this place, what it starts off doing, it gives you that opportunity, whatever it is. I don't know. We call it.
We got good and bad, evil and good with all of us.
Yeah, I call it the forest, but whatever is truly in there of that part of it, that wants you to be it wants you to ascend to a higher level of consciousness. You
Make
know,
you a better person.
right? And even in the Bible, it says that too. People that are Christians, that we reach that higher level of being like God, where we can forgive and have that unconditional love. You know what I mean? That's a higher level, a higher frequency. You ascend to that.
Oh God, look
So
who's here.
so I feel like that's what it does. You know, it gives you that chance to become a better person, you know, and to let go of these things that you're carrying so that you can ascend higher, so I can show you more. I can't show you anymore because you're still being a jerk, you know what I mean?
Right.
So until you let go of that, then I can take you and show you the other things that you haven't seen. But so the thing about it is that I don't know what that is in there.
Okay, so when she said this last time, you weren't yourself. What? So, and we talked about this on Brandon's show, Shaman Sunday. Like if you don't feel 100% yourself, you shouldn't do it. And how were you feeling when you went in that night?
Um, well, that day I had a lot of say
Craziness going on?
no. It's because like the last time that I went, when I left here, I went there because I needed to go back anyways. But I did. I had a very hard time. I went by myself to San Antonio. Usually I have somebody with me here, one of my team members or whatever. You know, my son will go with me. But that time I had to go myself. But that was the time that we were going through all this BS.
Right.
All of us with the networks and all this crap, you know, being attacked and left and right and just whatever it was, you know. Of course, we retaliated too, but that's just a normal thing, you know. But it did hurt. It did hurt because we did put a lot of work into these things, you know, into these people, believed in these people, you know. And I did look up to them at one time. So you did feel betrayed. You did feel betrayed. You feel
Right.
belittled. You feel all these emotions, and um, that affect us. It'll affect us, you know. And so when I went down there not this time, but before that,
Right.
I did go down there. I almost kind of, I didn't even know that I was that tore up. And I actually on the way up there, I saw myself like the closer I got, I started to see more, and then I looked like a chicken bone inside a piranha tank.
Really?
That's what I looked for because it wasn't not only them, it was still some other people that I was involved with at that time that used me for a
Right.
lot of things and took a lot of things, and that I didn't even realize I was that bad, that much beat up. You know what I
Wow.
mean? I didn't know I was bleeding all over the place, and it showed me how bad I was, and how bad of a state spiritually I was. You know, and when I went there, that's when it said there that I came for a cleansing. And you know, just like
And
what they
Beth
said in
brought
there.
that up.
Right. You see, and this time I wasn't this kind I was kind of in the same state, but not as bad. And so that's what I meant, like for me to go in there, because I know I change when I go in there because I become who I am. As like I said, my ancestors are from there and I come from there. So when I go there now, I become who I was there.
Right.
That's why I can go and navigate through there so much now, because it's like going back home, and you know, like I'm originally from Dallas. I've been away from there right now. I haven't gone back. I can't even remember the last time I went back. That's how many years it's been. But I remember Dallas the way that it used to be, my neighborhood and everything. But we've gone back 5 years later, and then of course now everything's changed. There's new buildings, there's new roads, there's this and that. You know, I don't remember. I recognize some of the places, but I don't remember it the way it was. There's another street now, you know, or this street is gone. It's the same thing. But now I start to remember more, that I can, now that I go back, I know how to navigate through there. I know where not everything is, but a lot of it now. I know which portals or where it goes where. I can find it no matter how much it changes. It can be wintertime, it can be summertime. It doesn't matter how it changes. I can, even though it'll change for other people, I can still
Is it like
recognize it.
walking into a maze?
Oh, but Cindy didn't say she forgot to mention that one. This is another one that blew
What?
her away. Because
Okay.
when you go into that first one, actually with that little branches that it's gonna make it that I showed you.
Yep.
Okay, that's the original one that we went through. And that's that me and my team went through. And then so that's the one after everything else. We went through that one, and that's where you go, you walk through there, and then you go straight, just straight. It's not that far in there. You walk straight, and then you'll get to the chair. But you cross 2 gateways to get to it in that same
But
straight
there's
line.
not a trail that you're actually walking on, is there? You just
No, I mean
walking
you.
through.
There's some like that, but the other ones are not. They're not
Okay.
actually into the ground. You'll see them, but they're not really there. They're there and they're not there. You only can see them at a certain time. But check this out. This is where we walk. You walk straight, and you go through one gateway, and then you'll
hmm
go through the next gateway, and then you keep going, and then that's where the chair will be on top of a hill. So it's a straight shot. And then this is what me and Pete did that time. Then we made a right, and we walked away from the chair, and then we the one that live that I was doing. But when we came out over here. So that's when I say I compare it to walking out your front door, but then you come out on your back porch. See what I mean? Okay, that's what
Right.
happened to us then. This time with Sydney and Lurker and Pete, we walked straight to the chair. We made a right, and then we kept on walking. And then Sydney said, "I just want to get out of here." And that's when I already had told her. This one she already had seen the can appear when she said, "When I
Right.
told her wife what you think." Okay, so we walked straight. We went to the chair. We made a right. We kept on walking, but we came out in the same place that we went
So
in.
I remember her saying that. So the can. Did you guys pick that can up and take it with you to,
No, we
to
just
take
left
it
it
out of
there.
the forest to like
No, we just left it there.
you left it there?
Yeah, but this one here, I was saying is we walked straight, and she remembered, and so we walked straight, and we went through the 2 gateways. Okay, you walk straight, and then
Right.
you get to the chair. We made a right, and then we kept on walking to the right, but we came out where we came in originally because she said, "I just want to get out." And that was the second time. The first it was the can. I said, "What do you think it is if you want to put them together?" She was a can. First it was a ferry, and then it turned into the can. And she thought when she said that in there, "I want to get out." When we walked out right through the front door that we went in, and
They guided her
that's
out.
when she said, "How did we do that?" Because we walked straight and we kept going, and then we made a right, and then we kept on going. But how did we come out over here when we came in? I said, well, what was the last thing you thought? You said, "I want to get out."
Did you know that you guys were heading to that place to get out because she said that? Or do you think you were going to go through other
I don't know
continue
about
deeper in?
I don't
Does
know
that make
about
sense?
yeah, I don't know about Peter Lurker, but I knew we were going to come out. I knew where we were going to come out when she said that, and that's when I stopped and turned around and I said, "Where did we just come out?" And that's when she started kind of like, no way, man. How did we do this? Because we walked straight, then we walked down the
Right.
street, but how did we come out to the same place that we just went in?
So and she left after that, did you all leave? Because if one leaves, you all decide to leave the forest, or
Oh
did
yeah,
you guys stay longer?
no, I mean we stay together.
Okay.
I mean,
Because I
we
know
don't.
you guys all showed up at different times. So that's why I'm
Yeah, no. When she got there, we were out. We were actually waiting for her.
well, I figured that. But I
Yeah.
mean, like when you guys were leaving, okay, so like when we went to the cemetery there in New Orleans, you guys had to go, and your vehicle, the people that was with you, left, and I ended up staying there with Greg and my nephew and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Have you ever done that where somebody in the group left to go home and you guys continued on, or do you make it where
No, we've
you
done
just
that.
agreed to go together and
No, we've done
stuff?
that. We've done one of the investigations we did when my team was there. Pete got there. and then he got there late, and I told him where we were at, and so he went there. But then he had to leave, so he left by himself, him and his daughter,
Okay.
and then we ended up staying. Yeah,
But
and then,
majority
and
of the time, you guys leave together, though. Like,
yeah, when we come out, we leave together. Yeah, unless I go back or something like that. But
because you're obsessed.
yeah, it says,
No.
yeah, and the gateways are doors, and you can literally see it. This last time, I mean, you could literally see it that they are doors. It's just something I just try to find hard to describe it because even for me, my skeptical side, it's kind of like it's hard to. It's because I feel like this. Even though I'm around the paranormal family, that we've seen spirits, we've seen dark things, we've dealt with those things. We've gotten maybe someone's gotten possessed. We've dealt with the real paranormal side of this, the ugly sides. Even then,
Those are a good
talking
question.
talking within my paranormal family, sometimes I do feel like when I start talking about portals and dimensions and crossing over, that I kind of leave. And they're like, oh, okay, well, all right, well, you saw portals, but it's, hey, man, I'm not stupid or crazy, man. This is real. That's why I say, well, just meet me there, give me a date, and I'll meet you there. I know what time because there's a certain time that you have to go in. So it's kind of that's why sometimes I just don't know how to say things. I hold back a lot. There's still a lot of stuff that I have not even talked
But
about.
every time we talk about this, I can see and I can feel the passion of what you're talking about and stuff.
Because now I have other people that are seasoned. Everyone on my team is a seasoned investigator, you know, except for Rich because he's only done two.
Tommy, I love you.
He's only done two investigations. He's never dealt with a dark entity or anything like that. I just gotta say that, Reggie.
Wait.
Right?
What do you mean he's only done he's done more than 2 investigations, right? You mean
I think he's done 2 or 3. That's it.
well, no, because he's done investigations with Greg.
Well, that's what I said. He's only done 2 or 3. We can remind him and ask him that.
Oh,
I think he's only been like 2 or 3, and he's never dealt with any kind of
right.
dark entity or anything like that.
Because he loves.
Yeah, but he does his own thing. He's got
Right.
his world. But as far as everyone else on the team, they're really all seasoned.
And I thought about that too, because I know when he goes in, I like calling them his star seedlings. But I was able to feel them when he started calling them. Now, from listening to Sydney, I feel that, and I could be wrong. What I'm feeling is he's going to try to go in there, but whatever's in there is going to make his seedling family stay back.
Yeah,
It's what I'm looking at that.
He's gonna get mad, but I said that already. I said that yesterday. I says I think I told Sydney, or I think I told her. Yeah, I said his star family is gonna be at the gate, at the door.
So
They're not coming in, but don't tell him that because
and
he's gonna get crazy.
Reggie, no offense, but I'm just saying because you got to go in alone is what I'm feeling. You have to go in alone, and you can't have your guides with you
Your bodyguard.
because what's in there will guide you. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, I mean, I've told him this. Like I said, he'll lose it. He'll lose it.
That's okay.
But your star family is going to be at the door. They're not gonna allow it to come in. It's like when you go to the club. Nope, you can't come in. You can come in, but you can't.
Oh yeah, no, you guys can't come in.
Yeah.
Just yeah, I get it.
Right.
That makes sense.
It's gonna be just like that. But as far as the rest of the team, like you and everybody else, y'all are seasoned investigators,
right?
And that's why I wanted y'all on this team, like that. If y'all were wanted to join, now that I'm taking those seasoned investigators in there, and they're validating and experiencing everything that I've been talking about. So that's why
Right.
now I'm becoming more and more open with it, because it's not just me saying it. Now I have other people.
This way you got validation and
Right.
you're not going to sound crazy.
Right. Now I have other people that are going in and experiencing that, and even experiencing their own experience, but they are seeing what I've been talking about.
And
Because
you're not telling people things because you want to hear. You don't want to put that in their head where the things you see that they're really going to see. You're
yeah,
still holding back a lot of stuff. I get what you're
right.
saying.
And for the last 2 years, it's just been me on podcast after podcast. I mean, like I said, this following has grown so big because yeah, it is out there, and it is different than any other investigation that I've heard, because the other ones are all the normal things. Okay, we got a knock, we got a scare. I mean a knock, or we got a scratch or something.
Right.
This is so far beyond the paranormal. That's why I say this is way out there. It's going to the next thing,
The
and
realm. It's actually
right,
the realms.
right, and then. Um, so, but now I have that. Even when that one guy, I forgot it, Chad. I think his name is Chad too, from Ghost Geeks, and I don't know if you've heard of that.
Mm-mm.
He's pretty well known, I guess, but he went there during the daytime. He did a live, and he went down that dead end road, just in the beginning of it, and he's done a ton of investigations. He's all over YouTube and everything else like that, and he's like I said, his thing's called Ghost Geeks. So there, I gave him a little plug. And but he went in there, and you watch his live. He was there during the daytime, and he saw that black shadow run across with the two portals, right? But he didn't know that they were there. And then he started to feel like he was being hunted, and he started getting out of there. He said it. He goes, "This is no longer a paranormal investigation. Now I feel like I'm being hunted," and that's what it'll do, because the other things will come out and they'll start hunting you down. And if they can get a hold of you, then they're probably not going to see you no more. So that validated it back then, but I'm still by myself on these podcasts talking about portals and fairies and you know skinwalkers, or you know um
Yeah.
I'm gonna hear
Skinwalker.
about I'm gonna
I
hear about I'm gonna hear about myself, skinwalkers and
yeah.
Bigfoot, because all that evidence is there. And that, like I said, and even the more the UFO, I mean, alien kind of thing. I didn't believe. Like I said, when I first went there at that time, almost over 2 years ago. At that time, I wasn't into the UFO abductions, Bigfoot thing. I mean, I didn't say it wasn't there. I just wasn't into that. I was
Right.
more into just the paranormal spirit side, and it's just kind of like Joe De Hoyos, from Beyond the Woodlines. We become really good friends. He's more into the Bigfoot than the paranormal. You see, so that's the way I was, more into the paranormal than the Bigfoot. But that place changed my mind, because it's there. The evidence are there, how the trees are broken, how they're tied up like this, where you can see that it's human hands that did it. It's not, and nobody's going in there because it's a protected forest now.
Right.
And you see all the evidence like that. You see the beddings, and you see all these things that people talk about. It's there too. So it's not just paranormal spirits, or they just sent me pictures earlier of that live, where you can see those other ugly things peeking out from the forest and during the daytime, watching me and
I
my
remember
wife.
Carol talking about stuff
Yeah,
like that.
and I have the pictures, and you can see them right there, and they're watching us, and it's like those are the bad ones. Those are the ugly ones. Um,
I want to say something really fast. So, Paralinks, Woodard Racing 57, you guys definitely go right there. Follow us on Facebook.com, Pun Media Plus. Click that link. This is for the people over on the YouTube side, because people who are over on Facebook side is obviously already following. I'm just saying. Well, no, actually, because where are you out there posting at? I'm just doing YouTube and Paralinks. You're sharing out on some other stuff, right? The platforms, I think, right?
who, me?
You, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my profile and on YouTube, because they don't let me do two.
Right. Well, who else is sharing? That's really weird because the initial is an L,
It's
the
the
other initial is an
forest.
L, then it's a T and a T.
It's a forest.
That's not. It's the force. Because like I could see mine would be a paralinx and then an E. That's really weird. Sydney, it starts with an S, not a T or an L, and Anthony starts with an A, not an L and a T, and even would it be Texas? No, let me look.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's just Texas, duh. But why would Sydney's be an L?
Lady
That's
Llama.
weird. No, it doesn't say Lady Llama. It says her name, but it shows an L. Anyways, okay, that's really weird. Okay, so Steven said, Anthony, when you're going to come over to Carlsbad and investigate Skinwalker Cave with me, it's about 7 miles from my house.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Would that be cool?
Carlsbad's like 2.5 hours. Well, Carlsbad 3 hours from here.
You guys are that
two and
close.
a half 2.5 hours, really, about 2.5 hours. Yeah.
That's really cool. I'm coming. I always insert myself. I'm like, I'll be there. I want to go.
That's in
I
New
do.
Mexico, though. New Mexico. But yeah, but
So-
see, but now I have people that are genuine, honest. You know what I mean? Seasoned investigators that are experiencing this, and it's just the beginning.
and I could say I've because I've known Lurker almost 2 years, and I've seen the change of
Yeah.
him.
And that's another thing. Every single one of them, their life changes for the
Wow.
better. For the better.
It's really cool.
Yeah, because Lurker too. I mean, I'm not going to put it out there, brother, but I mean, we all know that. But he's gone through a lot of hurts too,
Yeah.
and a lot of hurts, even from the same people that we were involved with. He shared a lot of deep things with me, but also too just from his growing up and everything. But yet now there's that traumas that are being removed,
And he's more open
and he's becoming a
about
better,
everything,
stronger, more confident person now.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
So that's what I mean. So that my question to me is that sometimes that I ask, because I call it the forest. I don't call it the Donkey Lady Bridge, because
Right.
that's another thing in front. Even the first time we went there, we never even stayed there. We ended up just getting drawn into that forest.
The forest sounds better. It sounds more spiritual.
Yeah, it's actually the haunted forest is what I call it. But anyways, but I don't know exactly what is it. What is it? Is what is it in there that wants this to do this to people? Like I would say, I guess the closest I can put it, kind of like, I know it's kind of going out there, but is it like the God himself? Like, what you say like that? What being is in there, or what is it in there that
And why is it
is
showing you?
no? What is that is doing that? If we could vision, um, like I said, either God or Merlin or whatever person it is, what is it the one that's doing that?
Well, okay, so everybody believes in a different upper power. Not everybody believes in God, but a lot of people knows that there's an upper power, because you got your paganism, you got your Wiccans, you got your Catholics, you got Lutherans, you got all kinds of people or all kinds of religions, but not everybody. My brain just stopped. God, I hate when that happens.
If we could make it as a human form, like I said, like this. Okay, I'm going to use I'm going to use Brandon. Okay,
Brandon?
so he's in the forest, right?
Yeah.
So who is that? That's what I want to know. Who is it, or what is it?
But it's controlling this
Right.
phenomenon.
Right. That's really doing that on that aspect, because the other ones I know who those are. That one I don't know. And what is it? Why should he care?
Okay, so now she said, uh, Sydney had said she's seeing Native American, the ladies and the fire and stuff like that, um, because that's probably part of her heritage or something, or she's from that land. Is it showing her ancestors? Because I'm saying, like, if I go in there, do you think I'm going to see the same thing you guys are seeing when it comes to the Native American ladies that are there that she was seeing?
Well, like I said, for me, my ancestors do come from there, and I know who I am from there. I
Right.
know my tribe that was in there. Um, so for me, yeah, it's that. And then if Pete, I think he sees something different, and so does Lurker. Lurker has seen the native
So
lady in
yeah.
there, and so I think he is connected also like that, and I think Sydney is also, you know,
Pete's very quiet still.
yeah, Pete.
He really is. Is Pete awake? Where's Pete at? I think I'll have to have him on the show. He doesn't he's hiding something. I don't know. He's just
Hiding his fan page is what he's hiding.
oh Jesus. Yeah, Feetsy page. But no, he's very quiet compared to the rest of you.
Yeah, he's coming. His When I see him in there,
Is he different?
he's still reserved a lot, which is good. You know what I mean? Because I just pick up a lot of skepticism from him yet, which is good. You know, what I mean, I
Okay.
don't mind that. I mean, that's great. We need that. I mean, but I think he's coming along. I think it was. He's seen some really cool stuff in this. I mean, he's seen some great stuff in there, but
But
I
he
think
hasn't
it's
opened up to like
I think he still needs more, but it's
public
okay.
like me or anything. Just
Yeah,
he's kept it with you guys.
yeah.
Well, I'm not public. I mean, I'm part of the Wraith World team. Thank you, and I feel so honored, you guys. Um, I don't know how else to say it. Anthony and his whole family that I've met are amazing people. And for whatever reason why he picked me, I don't know. I'm like eccentric
But
and
we do
I'm
good together. That's why. I mean, look, man,
we
we
did
always
do good
have.
together, but it was a big surprise when you were talking about making a team. And thanks. I
And I
couldn't
didn't even
say
see
no.
that either. That this has taken off so fast, you know. And okay, I do see
Jesus.
things beforehand. Like I saw when I first started the podcast, I knew that it was going to take off like that. And then this one here, the second time, you know what I mean? I knew this was going to happen, and it just, I just follow it, and then that's what I've learned in there. I've learned to, you see the thing, like, you
So
see it, but you just let it happen. You don't try to rush into it.
you didn't see any of this. You didn't have any envisions of this like when we met in New Orleans. Like
No, not then.
you're like PDX is PDX. I'm Texas Wraith Hunters.
Yeah,
Reggie is Reggie. But
but
so
we did talk about it at one time of starting something together. You brought that up.
it- did I?
Yeah, I got it on text.
Oh
I got the
gee.
receipts. I got the
You
receipts.
got the receipts. It's all about the receipts. Um shit. Wow, I must have been no, well shit. But I was talking about like when we meet up and stuff, we would be a team. But you created this team now that we represent, you know. Does that make sense? Or am I just
I don't
I'm
know.
confused now because I don't remember saying that, but you got receipts. I
Uh,
believe you. I believe you.
but it's all good. I mean, it's all good. Maybe, this is something to me that it's I'm still in awe with it. You know what I mean? Because I know I have other things too that have already been shown to bring in. You know, I guess I go. I have. You already heard all the stuff that's coming in through Race World. I mean, that's
Yeah.
coming in. Okay. Then I'll put this one out right now too. I messaged Cindy earlier on Brandon's podcast. I said I have another one, but that's for later once I get to San Antonio. I says it's gonna be Race Kids.
Hmm. No, you can't be on the team. We're not. Nobody by the name of Steven could be on the team. Oh shit! Wow.
See, you called them, you manifested them here. Now you
I
can
got.
ask them.
What were we asking? Questions. Oh,
He
how
was so
come?
quiet.
Why are you so quiet, Pete? I'm gonna have to get him on the show and interrogate him, like I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. Give him that good
I
one.
think so.
Level 2, level 4.
I mean, so is he the skeptic one? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm skeptic, but I try to debunk my stuff before I even put anything out there. Say it's paranormal, whatever. Would he be the skeptic person of the team?
I think so. Is what I was saying earlier. He's more reserved. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's more reserved. It's like he's like, yeah, I still gotta see a little bit more. It's like, dang, Pete, you just see this thing right there. I haven't told you that, Pete, but that's what I feel like. Like you just saw that, but it's good. Like I said, I'm not gonna. We need that because we need a like even that night that we were there. I says, look, this stuff just happened. There's not even no debunking because you're seeing it right here in front of you.
And you
It's
try
so
to take
far.
pictures, you
Yeah,
can't.
it's so far. It's like okay, there's no way that this you can deny this. You know what I mean? There's no even trying to debunk it because it can't. It's like right now we're on this panel. There's no debunking about this, so
Right.
it's just like that. But it's
Because we're receipts.
yeah, we're receipts right now. It's right there in your face, so you can't even debunk this. But yeah, it's you just got to go there, man. You just got to go there,
Well,
and if
I
it allows you,
definitely
and if it allows you to get past that first part, then we'll go in deeper, and then we'll see what happens there.
And do you
You
think I can probably get past the first part?
you should be
Am I
able
strong
to.
enough?
Well, it just depends. I don't know. I mean,
No, I'm not taking it as a joke. Hey, Austin, welcome. Do you think because hold on, how do I want to say this? I have problems with my words. Fuck.
I think I think that everybody on the team can do it
Okay.
because I don't because if there's another side to this too with me is if I didn't believe in y'all, I wouldn't be with y'all.
Right.
I would have just kept to myself. You know what I mean? I would have just kept me just me and whoever else I got with me. I mean, my originals. You know what I mean? So I believe that all of it can go in, even
But
Donna,
not all of us can travel. That's
even Donna.
Donna virtually travels. Shit, Donna, before I'm doing good, Austin. How about yourself? Before I go on an investigation with Donna, we've got to ground you. You get too much anxiety going, and it's not a bad thing, but you can open up.
If that happens in there, you're done.
And you love you to death, Donna, but you do. I can't. Even my husband's like, she's got some anxiety, and it sounds like someone's stomach going
It's
off.
a
Oh, that's
dog
my dog
snoring.
snoring. Yeah, we gotta help with that. I don't know how to do that, but definitely, I don't know. Maybe she needs to go there so it helps teach her to be able to put up that shield, and because I feel like when Reggie goes, his Star family's not going to be able to go in there. And if
You're gonna be in so much trouble.
hey, that speak the facts, man. Well, I don't speak facts. I speak truth, and that's my opinion. And I feel the same way with Donna, because Donna has all of her. Oh shit!
I told you.
Ah,
His Star family told him.
see, you fucking talk about it and you manifest.
His Star family told him. Now you
Okay,
gonna
well, you
get
know
it.
what? So hold on.
See, I told you.
Fuck, you got me all fucked up now.
My Star family will go in.
No, okay, no, I don't. Honestly, I've not been there. I don't think so, because you're
I didn't do it,
challenging
Reggie.
yourself. You learn not to argue with him, right?
I done left him alone with that. I was just waiting for the day that he can come down here and we'll go in.
And just like Donna, but what I was trying to get at with Donna, her guides, I think, are going to have to stay at the door. That's what I'm feeling. Hey Reggie, I'm going to drop you the link, man.
But that's hard. That's hard for some people to do that.
Right. I get that. I get that.
See, it's like with me. Okay, I have protection that I use, and they are crystals.
Mhm.
Okay, and this time that I went, I usually leave them in the car. I don't take them in. I take everything off. But this
Really?
time I forgot them at the house, and I didn't realize it till we were halfway there. It's like, oh crap! I just forgot everything that I bring, that I wear. But I did say before that I go in there naked. Not literally, but I do take
Right,
I
right.
do take off protection. I leave it in the car. I don't go in there with it. Now a lot of people tell me, well, you shouldn't do that. You're wrong by doing that. Well, that's just how I am. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe it won't work for them, but it works for me.
Right.
Now I don't
I
know.
sent
I
you a
don't know
link,
why.
Reggie. Just see what he says.
And maybe because it's like we've talked about this before, that also too, you go in here with nothing, no protection, no nothing, because you're going in yourself.
Right. Hold on. And
Because maybe it doesn't want you to be relying on something.
I was just getting ready to say that. Like, you can't have that backup
Right.
because it's not fair. And that your guides and your I know he's going to kick my ass. Star seedlings, his star family.
Start seedlings. Oh,
I don't know. It just sounds so cute. Star
that
seedlings,
sounds so cute, Reggie.
right?
Start
So cute.
seedlings.
But
He's gonna come up here in a minute,
he
Mario.
he relies on them. It's like a security blanket, not just him, but
Right.
it's a security blanket, and
It wants
sometimes
you. It wants
you gotta drop that shit
you.
off at the door.
Yeah, it wants you. It doesn't want your protection. It doesn't want your guides. It wants you.
Okay, so she's got a question. So then why do you think I wouldn't be able to go in, truthfully, Anthony?
She's still after that.
Jeez. Because you're not a wraith hunter, damn it.
Yeah, you're not a race hunter.
I'm
You gotta be
joking.
a race hunter. You gotta have the protection of the race.
He goes, I used to use a flashlight, but not much anymore. Well, okay, so Pete, so now are you using more of your senses? Oh shit. Oh, better be prepared, you guys. The star seedling family's here with us.
Oh.
Hey, Reggie.
Oh, you manifested him. I didn't say that,
Oh.
Reggie. I didn't say
Big
nothing.
trouble.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
Here I
So,
am.
so Pete's. So since you started going to the forest, Pete, has your senses opened up way more than because I know you've been with like these other places that you've investigated before and stuff, but you think you got more gifts now. Welcome, Foxy friends, and
Foxy friends.
well, welcome, Reggie. My brain just broke.
Reggie's stewing right now. He's stewing
No,
because he
not
heard
really.
because he heard Sydney's experience and he wants it so bad.
Oh, Foxy's friend's a cute little puppy. Oh my god, how cute! I'm gonna follow. Sorry. Foxy's friends. It's so cute.
Is that
That
being
little dog in
truthful?
there. Wow, I'm just totally fucking.
Carol's mad at me. She's mad at me now.
Who's mad at you?
Carol.
Anthony's not being truthful with me. So okay,
There's you want some answers?
I do. I do. Do you feel
Okay, go ahead.
as a personal, I feel they're not going to let you take in your security blanket, your family. That's me.
Okay.
That's what I'm feeling. And
Well, I don't know how to. I don't know exactly how to word this.
shut the
So
fuck up,
bear-
Emmy.
Yes,
So-
Leave my
no,
family
so-
alone, damn it.
No.
with the
So
mafia.
bear with me.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
75% of the communication is telepathic, and I'm one with the universe.
Right, but
So those that are in the forest are part of the universe, so I'm one with them too. And so when I go in there, they're all going to expect me, and they're going to say, "Hey, Reg, what's up?" This is when I
Unless-
walk in.
what about what are those I've seen the pictures of them that what do you want to call them, that hide and lurk in the trees? They're
the ugly ones.
the ugly ones. There you go. But see, what if this force is so powerful? Okay, and I mean that in a good way. How do you know those ugly ones aren't going to put like a force field over it, and you won't have that connection with your family outside that? Because from what I'm getting at, you got to go through them first.
Who?
The ugly ones. The ones that lurk in the trees, the ones that can be 10 feet tall, I guess. I don't know. No, not 10 feet tall aliens. The ugly ones. I don't know what I want to call them.
The darker ones?
Yeah, so how do you know they're not going to put because they want to test you? How do you know they're not going to put like a force field? And I can't even think of the right word yet.
Man, I don't know how to word this either. Okay. They already know I'm coming.
I believe that. I believe wholeheartedly that
gonna-
they know a
they're
lot of
not-
us will probably be coming.
They're not gonna test me.
Okay, so yeah, even right here, he says, just don't mess with the elements there. But his own team, his original team, is not there with him no more. He's going, yep. I mean, you just got yourself in a fucking rabbit hole now. You're going to no. I'm being straight up honest, because Because you have to have
Oh, I
that in
know.
your head. It's like when you leave your house every day, you got to have it in your head knowing I may not make it home today. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
You
no, I
always
get
gotta have
what you're
something like that.
saying. I get what you're saying, but I don't feel like I'm at home anyway. Like I'm not. When I go go communicate,
What
I'm
are
no
you looking
longer
for
human.
going in there? What are you looking for?
Just to communicate.
Communicate with
That's
what?
simple.
How do you know they want to communicate back with you?
Well, if they don't, then they won't. But I mean, it's that simple, really.
How would that make you feel?
Well, if they don't communicate with me, I won't know they're there because they won't communicate.
Well, no, the uglies, because it's almost like you got to go through. Hey, lurker, almost like you got to go through. The guarded gates is what I'm feeling. And so there's each, like he was saying, each different realm or portal, but you got the guards there first. Do you think you can survive that?
I don't think they're
Without,
going to block me.
you don't think they will?
No, I really don't. The second, I don't know how to say this exactly. The second I start questioning whether or not I can or can't do something or communicate with someone, I'm manifesting it to happen that way.
Okay, so
I already know that I'm going to get in there and they're going to communicate and everything's going to be okay.
but the forest, the way that I've been talking to, I don't think you can manifest what you want to manifest in there. The force is stronger than you. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm feeling. The force is, and I'm not just saying you, the force is stronger than all of us, no matter who goes in there, even Anthony. Like he's even said he's got his ass kicked a couple times. I think the forest is stronger and doesn't give in that easy.
What if it's so strong, like I said, that it strips you of your blanket? Because like I said, you can't go in there with anything. It just wants you alone. You know what I mean?
And
Well,
So then how then if you're alone, it's like Superman, strip him of his powers.
kryptonite.
Yeah, you strip him of his powers, now come at me. You know what I mean? Because that's what
Well,
so how are you gonna be able to withstand that?
even
If
like Sydney said, she
man,
it got her crying. It got deep into her skeletons. I guess you want to call it, into her closet, the skeleton closet. That makes sense.
what makes this so hard to explain is, and this is sometime or all the time, this is what Anthony will say, it scares him about me. Okay. Because it's going to sound borderline ego, if not completely egotistical, because most people aren't used to hearing this kind of thing out of someone. They are in the forest, outside of the forest. They are the universe. And when I go in, I'm going in as a soul. I'm going in as the universe. And so they will communicate with me. I have no doubt in my mind.
But how can you take the universe in there with you?
They are the universe in the consciousness. And if I am communicating, I'm communicating.
Who said they were the universe? Is that your opinion, or is that what the force is
I don't
telling
know
you.
how to work. I really don't know how to word this.
He's going, fuck, why did I come up here? I got to ask you a question. Who are
when
you
I
asking if
walk
they're a
in-
witch?
Huh?
He's asking, so are you a witch in a way or something that we should worry about? Just asking. I don't know who he's putting that to. That I'm a witch? I could be a bitch.
Okay, well, you said the universe. Okay, right. So how many universes is there, or there's just one big universe that all the young, you know what I mean?
Well, the universe is everything. That means everything. Everything.
So there's no
Now
different
there's
universes.
different. There's tons of different galaxies and star
Okay.
systems.
Okay, so then galaxies, then, right? Okay, but the universe controls all the galaxies.
Right.
Oh, Beth. Okay. That is a very good response right there, Beth.
We are all the creator.
No, we're not on the same level as God. You think we are?
We are all part of the creator. Yes.
I would not
If
put
you
myself
manifest
up
it.
there. I would not
I'm
put
not.
myself
I'm
up
not.
there on the
I'm
guy.
not calling myself that.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
but
that
I
we
would
are
not
all-
put myself up there. He is a higher thing. He's a higher being.
We are all part of him.
Right, but
And so I don't know how to explain this. Damn it! This is what I've been trying to tell you.
just try. Just try.
I've got. I mean, I am trying. It's all about the consciousness, being on that level of consciousness with the universe. I don't look at the shamans as shamans necessarily. They are, but they are a soul. No different than my soul or your soul or anybody else's soul. They had a lot of connection with the universe, and to be who they were at the time that they were present in human form, they did great things. You know, just like Jesus or anybody else that was a well-known, human. And they are. I don't necessarily know which star system they're from, their soul, but the universe is all connected. It's like, so when I go in there, the only thing I'm nervous about is a physical being coming out of nowhere. Like, I'm truly gonna make an attempt to manifest Bigfoot while I'm in there. I want him to come out. I want to see him. I want to meet him, and or one of the Bigfoot people.
He's got a point right there. I can't be the same level as God, or would never be, because as you come, he can't take you away as easy.
He can take you away as easy.
No, he can. See, I can't read. He can take you away. You know what I meant.
Oh yeah.
You think maybe Jesus? Quantum entangled.
There we go. I don't know.
So
how
long?
I don't know how to explain this.
I'm going to ask. Other people don't know. How long has it been since your awakening? How many years has it been?
I got plastered by an awakening and started in 2018.
And when that happened, that was like all this energy hit you at once.
Well, everything. I saw UFOs everywhere I went. I saw. I had my name called everywhere I went. There was poltergeist type activity. I was constantly. They started talking to me through PA systems, through light bulbs going on and off, through anything white noise. if I walk
Good night,
through a
Pete.
crowded, if I walk through a, I have a good night, Pete. If
Hey,
I walk through
Thomas.
a crowded
Yes.
room, I could hear the message through
Is it
like,
still like that? Or is it
well,
just
I
like a
have,
big bang at once that
I'm not
happens?
I'm not around a large crowd a lot, but I hear things like if I go to a concert, if I go like to Godsmack concert or whatever, I can hear like different things within the white noise of the crowd.
Do you
So-
think maybe going into that forest that it's going to make you like your past? I'm not talking about just, the past, in the past, 50 years. I know you're not 50 years old, but I'm just saying the past 50 years. What if it goes
2 weeks.
deeper into your, huh?
2 weeks.
Oh, well, okay.
February 2nd.
But I mean your past lives. What if it goes deeper into that and starts bringing stuff out that could fuck you up? I mean, do you know anything about your past lives? Because you talk
I
about,
was never a human.
your
I was
past
never a
life. How do you know? How do you know?
I just know. I don't know how.
So how?
I can't
Okay, so
really explain it.
what would happen if you do go into the forest and then they show you that's what in the past you was a human? See, and this is
Say
why
what?
I never get a past reading on my life because I don't want to know about my past that far back. So that's the thing. You may have been a human, and what if they show you that, and that's something you don't want to think about? True.
They won't show me that.
How do you know?
I just do. I don't know
You
how to
don't know.
explain it.
You don't know. I'm not being. I'm being really serious here, even though I'm smiling and stuff.
Man, I don't know what to say.
See, like you just had an actual like I said, an actual seasoned investigator come on a while ago and broke down through walls because I don't know if you know what she was talking about, what happened to her. I don't know if she's told you what happened to her in her past. And
True, Beth.
it was a really bad thing. I mean, you know what I mean? It's a bad thing that some women go through, or a lot of women go through. I think you can figure it out now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not gonna put that out there.
But the walls that a person will put up so thick, you know what I mean? Because that's what you're going to do. You're going to put up a wall and try to block that out for the rest of your life, but that this place broke through all those walls like nothing and got in there and got that out, and for her to go through it at that time that we were there.
And I know there's stuff you have, even just the past life.
So
I got skeletons in my closet.
So if it can do that, if it can break those walls down like nothing, that's what I'm saying is like you're saying, how do you know it can't break the walls? Well, Reggie's never been human, but it got in there. It got in
But
there.
it may show Reggie something that he doesn't want.
Right. Because there's a wall there, so he doesn't want to see it or believe it, right? But there's a wall there.
Well, now I will say this in my defense, and I know Anthony has heard this out of me a few times. If they can slam me like a ton of bricks in that forest, I will be the first one to own up to it. I'll back up 2 steps and go, "What the just happened?"
Like everybody has said that in there.
I'm not going to go in thinking that it's going to happen because I'll manifest it. And so I'm going to go in just wanting to visit like I do any cemetery or anywhere else.
That's the thing, though. It's not like a cemetery. And I'm learning this by listening, especially hearing Sydney's story. It actually put me on a different level now. It's making me obsessed. I want to go in there. I want to see. And if it kicks me out, then I understand. I wasn't worthy enough. I wasn't ready, even though if I think I'm ready, they're going to tell me I'm not ready. And I would have to accept that. That's why I've opened up my mind, cuz ask Anthony. I've given him bombarded him with all kinds of questions too, and tell him it was an obsession and not really opening up, because I was thinking, well, I can just go in. But you really got to open up, and you got to have that. She goes, am I understanding this correctly? Hold on. You are forced to face things you have buried. You can answer that, Anthony.
That's Cindy.
Yes. Oh, wow. Sorry, Foxy. Do you think people try to hide their skeletons when they go in there too?
It doesn't matter. It's gonna do it. That's what we're saying is it does. That's why I say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I'm not saying this to Reggie. Or anything. It doesn't matter who you think you are or anything. I know. I went through it, and it will get you. And then, like I said, and not everybody has come out of there. I mean, they've come out, but not
Not
not the
like
same. Not the same. You once you go in there, you're not going to come out the same. What in one way
you're
or
either
another.
making you or breaking you, basically,
Yeah, and then
right?
when you come out of there, it broke you, and you're still not going to be the same. But there's nothing you can do.
And
So
that's one thing
that's
in
why
this whole time that I look forward to.
that's why when the ones like Pete and Lurker that was that one time I says okay, this is as far as you go. If you want to go any further and follow me there, there's no turning back. So it's your choice, you know. And they chose to follow. And I said it that night too with Sydney and Lurker again. So we went to a different place and says okay, if you go through here, there's no turning back. I mean, it may sound scary and whatever, how everybody wants to take it, but like I say, to me, it's like I don't care. I don't care. Meet me there.
You've
I'll take
accepted.
anybody there. Anyone. Just tell me when, and I'll be there. You know, so I know the time. Just give me a date.
Now,
But
Spitfire is
but
saying, would
but it
people with disabilities be more open up, or you don't think it matters? They're going to get into your soul, basically, no matter what, right?
yeah, no matter what, either you belong or you don't.
It's like going to the castle and try to get past the guards.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. I don't even think that you can have enough protection. Like say if I use myself, I know that I have a lot of pretty strong guides around me, and I have a lot of them. But I don't even think they don't even have a say in it. Once I go there and I walk through that, and I get to that first one, it's like whatever is there is so strong it'll just push them back out of their way, even if they don't want to or not. It doesn't matter. It's not up to them.
And you said them, so are you talking about guides,
Yeah, guides, whoever.
Star family?
Yeah, whoever it is that you have, it doesn't matter. You know, whatever your belief is, it doesn't matter. They are the bosses there, and then they'll if they want you to come in, they'll let you in. But it's kind of like they're just gonna. It's like when you see in the movies when they blow the wind real hard and their clothes just flies off.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like that's gonna be your guides. Poof, they're just gonna go, and you're gonna come in alone,
that makes sense.
naked, spiritually naked. You know, spiritually everything. You're gonna be inside out.
So you're going to lose that security blanket.
Yeah, you're not
And,
gonna have it.
and everybody has that. I'm not just saying just Reggie. Everybody has that. Everybody has their guides.
And Cindy's a very strong person. You know, I said I've known her for a long time. Investigated with her. I know her. I know her. I knew. I knew. You know what was going to happen with her to a certain extent, but And I was even surprised there towards the end because I thought she was doing real good. She was going through it. Yes, she was a little scared, just like anybody that goes into the first time. I mean, just you're a little cautious and everything. You're right on the edge of, you're walking on eggshells. We're going through there and you're following me and I'm going through this and it's like, okay, hold on, man. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that, but I'll drag you through it. And then in a way, but then towards the end, once we came out of that, like that fifth place, and out of nowhere, it hit her. We turned around and she just started sobbing, and then she started just to tell us, it brought it out. So the walls or whatever, it went right through it like it always does.
So Chad's saying the forest is under a flash flood now. Do you think that could be true, or do you think the what's in the forest is actually protecting that forest right now, and the flash flood is actually probably going around the forest?
We've been in there in the rain and we didn't even get wet. That live that me and Pete did when that operation came out, you could see in the camera that the rain was just falling. We came out of there dry. I never got wet. It's just like we said earlier that it was so cold this, a couple of days ago, day before yesterday, we were there, yet it was warm in there. The ground was warm.
Right.
Me and my wife, we actually came out of there sweating, and not because we were walking. It was hot. It was hot. It's what I mean. And like I told them, because we're not in the same realm. It's cold here, but once you cross over, it's not cold there. So that's why we're not feeling the same thing. Once we come back, we were freezing our butts off again because we came back out.
That makes sense.
And the thing about it is that the thing like right now is that why I talk about it even more open, and I'll probably be talking about it more and more and more open, revealing more things, because now I have more and more people that are not just newbies or anything like that. They've experienced so many other things, yet never nothing like this. And now they're experiencing exactly what I've been talking about. It ain't no joke. And it will kill you.
And you're saying that mentally, it can mentally...
No, it will. You will die. It'll kill you mentally and physically. Because they tried to do it with us already many times with my original team. And we got pretty damn close.
Right. Reggie's like, man, I didn't want to come up here now. They're picking. No, we're not picking on you, Reggie. It's just.
I had another member, one of the very first ones from San Antonio, and we went there. We came back out. We were actually on the other side. So we went 6 miles, and then we came back out. And he called me I was at the room already. He goes, hey man, I'm going to go back. I said, why? You're going to die if you go back. He goes, no, I won't. I'll go back. He went back, and he freaking got the crap scared out of him. I told him, you're lucky you made it alive. He saw it. He saw the other one, the two-legged one. He goes, because it had two legs that came right in front of my car, and it was physical. It wasn't spirit. You know what I mean? And it jumped over that fence where that house is at. And he goes, and I freaking took off. I said, you're lucky you came back. I said, I told you not to go. So there's the actual physical manifestation or whatever else is in there, because it's not just one.
And you say what's in there is cryptids and fairies and skinwalkers.
It depends which realm you go into.
Yeah.
And different rules when you go into those places. And it's just like Sydney saw me right there where I was getting pushed back. I was hitting a wall. I couldn't get through that fence, and finally I pushed through it. And it wasn't the fence; it was just a hole. And then when we went to the other side where the big tree was at, her and Lurker felt the same thing. I was sitting there watching them, and they couldn't. You go and you just like you get pushed back. You get pushed back. You physically feel it. It pushes you back. And that's what I was saying. The very first time we couldn't get through that wall. We couldn't come back. Then I had to find a hole and crawl through it.
Lurker, what something with him at the beginning too. He didn't go that far in at the beginning. Was it the first time? I think. Is it Lurker? I'm thinking.
I think so. No.
God. Hey, Banshee. It was something about Lurker. God.
But it just started. Like I told Cena right now, this is just phase one. The next time we go back, it's not going to be nice.
And that's been with everybody, you say.
Yeah. You go to the next one.
It's still testing you.
Yeah, you're always going to be tested every time you go. And every time you go and you pass it, you'll come back in different ways. But eventually, it's kind of like a video game. You're only going to get so many levels before you hit the boss and it takes you out. Then you got to come back again, and then you'll deal with them again until finally, after 50 times, playing that same level.
How many times have you been kicked out?
Me?
Yeah.
I've been only, I think, twice. Not kicked out.
But
I've gotten beat up.
Pushed. Yeah.
I've gotten beat up. The last time that it was, I don't get that anymore. That was just like the first couple of times where I literally came out of there bruised. Bad. I came back to the room, man. Oh my gosh.
So why did Melanie go? This was the first time she had ever went.
Yeah, she sat in the chair.
Okay, and
she wanted to see it. She's been wanting to see what I talk about. Of course, with her, I tell her a lot more than anybody else.
Right.
And she's been wanting to see it.
You think she was physically and mentally ready to go?
Yeah, I try to leave her there, but she keep coming.
That's so wrong.
No, she's different. In a way, she's
not at our level.
She's different. I'm not in her level on where she's at. So that's just, she's, like I said, she's different. But we went. That was the first place we went there when we got into San Antonio. I told her, I think if you want to go, yeah, we went in, we got in, and now my son, he went to go take care of what he needed to take care of. And I told him, I said, she wants to go. So I told her, if you want to go, this is the time to go. So we went, we just pulled in, went straight there, and introduced her and brought her in there. And I took her to the same places. And then this thing I know, she turned around and she set it in my throne.
Right on.
But she, like I said, she got something different because she was hugging the trees, the big trees. Like I said, that when she hugged that other one, she said that the tree.
That's really cool.
Told her that this is. She called it the Nana tree, and she goes, "This is the Nana tree, and the other big tree over there, that's the dad tree."
Foxy's friends wants to know where's this at and what we're talking
in San Antonio.
San Antonio. And how many acres are you say this forest is?
I don't know about acres. I'm from the city. What acre is?
Miles.
It's 30 miles one way.
And that's walking from one end to another.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking acres.
Yeah, you'll go in there. I mean, it don't take long before you're in there. There's nothing. Ain't nobody going to hear you scream.
Well, it's not just a forest. There's paths. Like, isn't there like bike paths?
There's a cement, like a sidewalk trail. They turn it into a mountain bike trail.
Okay.
But of course, the forest has its own trails. But then it has these ones that open up. The ones you can't see, but then they open up as more you go in there.
Oh, talk about the river walk.
Yeah, it's the river walk.
Stick to the river walk. Doesn't the river flip on you?
Yep. Everything flips. Everything changes. I mean, like Cindy experienced it herself when we went in there. She goes, I don't see how we can go straight and then make a right and keep walking, but yet we came out to the same door we came out over here. It's like, it's impossible. And that's, yeah, but.
Reggie, what are your expectations of going in there? Hey, Frank, what are you looking for? Or
He just wants to talk to Bigfoot.
but what if he see?
No, mine's just like it would be any, with anything else, just to communicate. And if there is a Bigfoot family
You
out
definitely
there,
want
I
him to
want to
come
meet
out.
them. If there is skinwalkers out there, I want to meet them. If there is, I mean, that are willing to, I'm extremely curious.
So, okay, how do I want to word this? It's popped in my head. So you say you're with the universe, and you've never really been human. Why can't you go into any other forest and try to manifest like Bigfoot?
Oh, the only reason that I haven't been able to go out and do anything is because of this damn job.
Oh,
I'm like stuck, man. I get 1 day a week, or I get 2 days off, but they're separated. And half the time I'm called into work on the day I'm off because we're shorthanded.
They were looking for me this
I
whole.
can't get out of Madison.
They were looking for me this whole weekend. My job.
you didn't tell them you were.
I told him I'll go. I told him barely yesterday I'll go back Tuesday. I'm supposed to be working today and tomorrow. That's my time back because I'm off on Fridays and Saturdays. I took off
Right.
since I left since Thursday. Actually, since Wednesday.
I have to
I
say
did
this. I've met Ozzy in an elevator.
at the
Fact.
Alamo.
I just say, God,
I think what you're trying to get was you're trying to keep trying to get Emmy out of Reggie. It's the same thing. Is that
no,
what
I,
makes you think?
I'm picking at his
Yeah,
brain, but I don't think. I honestly think he's gonna get his ass kicked. I really do, and that I probably will too because I'm not being negative about it, but
I don't.
what? I don't think I'll get my ass kicked because I am really open minded about it, and I'm going to accept what comes at me. If they don't want me in there, I'm going to accept that, and I'm not going to try to like force myself in. I'm not going to try to be part of the universe to go in, because they're at a whole different level than we are. That's how I feel.
And you got to understand this again. I keep trying to figure out a way to word this.
Just word it.
Um,
Just word it.
what if we ask the
I'm
audience real quick?
I'm not gonna walk.
What do they think? What do they think is going to happen, Reggie? Okay, go ahead, Reggie.
I'm not gonna walk in there any different than the way I walk into a cemetery.
I would.
And the thing is, okay, again, I'm trying to figure out a way to word this correctly because it's not meant to be offensive.
No,
or
no.
anything.
Hey, you know what?
If I go in and I don't feel like I'm welcome there, I'm gonna know it, and
And
I'll
then
respect them.
and you're gonna step back out,
But
or you
there
still gonna
is no
continue to
way
answer?
I'm gonna go in there, giving in to any fears that everyone else might have by the stories that are being told about the forest. If I sit there and I'm walking in going, oh God, Anthony said this was going to happen. Anthony said that was going to happen. It's going to happen. I got to go in there fearless. I got to go in there and say, hey, what's up? And say hi to them and try and get to know them just like I do anywhere else.
See, I was thinking that myself too about
It's not to say
listening to
that what
Sydney,
Anthony talks about isn't true, because I know it is.
right?
But
But
I
after hearing
can't give
Sydney,
into that. I can't give into that level of, oh shit, this might happen. Oh shit, that might happen. I got to go in there and say, "Hey, Charlie, what's going on, buddy?" You know, or whatever. You know
But
what I'm
there's
saying?
always
It's
that
your
what
name out
if. And see, Jay will tell you, I live in Emmy's world where everything is all fine and dandy. He'll tell you that's how I feel a lot of times. But sometimes I just gotta like realize the world's not like that, and you have to fear itself sometimes.
Well, and the
There's
only
some,
fear
there's some
I
good
have,
there's some good comments in there.
the only fear I have is in other humans.
So what if it manifests a human? I'm just saying, if this force can do that, how do you know it's not going to manifest a human? Because that's something that you fear. It's going to manifest what you fear. Then what? You have to
You
be
mean like
prepared.
an actual human coming at me in the forest?
We heard.
I've never been there, but what I'm saying is, and because now I'm feeling a lot of this, even from Sydney, I'm just, yes, we're still up. Because you were talking about, if you go in there, you want to manifest Bigfoot. And then Bigfoot comes. How do you know? Because you fear humans, you're not going to manifest a human. And that's probably what's going to kick your ass.
Or kill him.
So you're saying an actual human?
Yeah. How do you know? That's the thing. You don't know. If this is a higher power, like you were saying, in part of the universe, how do you know they can't bring in a real human? Because you say, you got your star family and you're part of the stars out there and stuff. So if a human's manifested, so that's what you are afraid of, though. You can't go in and just say, hey, John, hey, Charlie.
So you're saying somebody drives in, parks their car next to a
No,
bridge,
no,
and they
no,
go
no.
crazy in there with an AK-47 because the
No,
universe
I didn't say that.
manifested a human.
What if? Because Sydney saw
Well, if it's
the
a
native ladies. She felt the fire. She smelled the burning fire, but it's not there. So what if you go in because that's something you fear? It's going to kick your ass.
I'm referring to mass shooters and terrorists and people you can't trust.
No, I'm talking about just
Well,
a
So you're
human.
saying if they manifest a ghost of a human, or
No, not a
Well,
ghost.
apparition of a human.
Well,
No.
there's people that are in there, because we've gone to, like I said, that one time we went there, we heard them, we heard all them gunshots, and
Right there.
not the last video we did. There was another time we didn't get that, we didn't have that on video, and there was two kids that came out and they both had AR-15s and they were shooting in there because they saw something dark come at them, and instead it started chasing them. They could hear it coming, so they heard it physically, but then they saw something dark, so they started shooting at it. So now you got two kids in there with AR-15s.
Roxy?
That forest can get inside of them, and those are the ones that can come after you, because it's kind of like they get possessed, like what happened to the very first woman that went in there, and the husband and the nephew. They both got something happened to them that it took them over.
Well,
so
that's what I was saying. So it'd be an actual human.
Well, yeah, that's what you said. You're afraid of an actual human.
I'm not saying guns or anything like that, but a human.
No, yeah, but I am, but because because it's going to use those people,
yes,
to come after you like that, because there are people there, and they like say that most of them don't get very far.
I hope Greg's not watching.
But what I'm saying is,
because I have a response.
Okay, what's your response?
If fucking humans come after us with AR-15,
no, after you, not me.
After you, because that's what you fear.
Well, yeah, but I'll be around all you guys.
But they're going to come after you.
Well, they better. because I'll go into defense mode over the whole fucking team, all
the
my
fight or
friends and
flight.
family.
I get that.
I'll come right at them to defend everybody that's with me in there.
Oh, yeah. She says, now you're going to manifest Greg, right? Every time we bring up somebody's name, it manifests you guys.
Well, he
Luther, you, and
automatically
Pete.
goes, "Oh no, Reggie! Oh no, Reggie!" Every time I talk about something like this,
Right? Just be the fastest. I agree with you. If I'm running fast, run faster. That's my motto.
It'll get you alone. It'll get you alone. We won't be around when that happens. I'm just saying, if that were to happen, we won't be around. It'll be just you.
Okay.
And then that's what Emmy's saying. So since you're saying that, it'll manifest that because we've been in there before. We've been in the other side, and then there'll be people sometimes coming walking through from way on the other side, which I don't even know how the hell they got there, but they'll be walking through there, and we just sit there quiet because they can't see us. Now we're watching other people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we don't know who they are, for one, and we're deep in there, so we don't know who they are. And there's a lot of people that go there that they do drugs, that are drinking. They're out in the parking lot. They will. It's a place that the cops don't even go, and so they're out there. So if they're drinking and they're doing drugs, then their minds are even more easier. As we always say, why don't we do drugs and drink to go do an investigation? Because we can get taken over so
I was going to
much
say,
easier.
Maybe the forest actually does bring people in like that to test, because there are people out there who are afraid of drunks. There are people who are afraid of people who do drugs. There are people afraid of people, that they're living, basically. And how do you know the force isn't bringing them in from the outside just to test the other people who are going in there? Because you don't know who else is going in there. There could be other teams on the opposite side, or other people that are like Anthony that are going in because the forest, they're obsessed. I keep saying that because that's almost like
nobody else goes in but me. But what I'm saying is one of the reasons why I hear a lot that we don't do drugs and we don't drink on an investigation, because we can be taken over a lot easier, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now you do have people that do show up and outside the parking lot, which is already, it's at the entrance of the forest, and they go there to party. They go there to drink and they go to drugs. Sometimes the cops do show up. You know what I mean? And
but
they normally get busted, because we've seen so many people get busted there. But so they're already under the influence of something. Okay, they're sitting out there drinking. They're not going in there for any ghost thing or anything, but they're out there. But they're in the forest. They're outside at the entrance. Okay, so you don't think that the forest can go, because they're there. You don't think that the forest can go in, whatever the bad ones are, and get in their head and pull them in there and bring those people just for Reggie. And there's these human beings with knives and three or four, because there can be sometimes there's a group of them. They don't bother us. They don't bother us because I don't, like the Reggie says, I don't allow it to. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't. I know they're not going to do anything, because I'm not afraid of the humans. So now I don't know what Reggie means exactly about he only fears human beings.
I want to say this before I forget. Like Sydney had said, one of the things that she did fear is actually getting close to people, teams and stuff like that, because of what had happened to her. I don't know if you heard her story and stuff, but because when she'd got the tumor and stuff like that, the team she was with just basically kicked her off the team and took over, their website and whatnot. But that's why she was basically saying she had her wall up, because she wasn't expecting all of this. Am I correct to say that, Anthony?
Yeah, she had her walls and her other big walls with that other trauma. But what I'm saying is that just as easily, because
Thank you, FBI, for coming in. You guys look at this. FBI is coming to get you.
Ooh.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
because like I hear this thing, the number, okay, this back to the paranormal rule book 101 is don't drink, don't do drugs on an investigation. Why?
because you're not yourself. It's easier, basically easy access for them to whatever's out there to control you, take over your mind.
Right, possess you and take you
Mhm.
over, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So you got these people that are out there that do show up from time to time. Okay. So now we got someone who comes in. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if rage is meaning like literally afraid of what if somebody. Okay, like the one that got that didn't come back. My original members. He always used to tell me this. What happens if we ever go into one of these places and we go deep in there and we run into a bunch of witches and they're doing a bonfire and they're dancing around and everything? What are we going to do? It's only three of us or four of us, and there's 15 of them. What are we going to do then? So see, he's afraid of that aspect, that they're going to grab us, sacrifice us, or whatever. Because it could happen. It could happen in there because we go so deep that nobody's going to hear you, and anything can happen. Anything. So is that the way? I don't know if Reggie, is that the way you're thinking, that they can physically hurt you?
Or plays with your mind.
I don't.
like
I
if
don't
you were
know
scared.
if I worded that exactly right when I said that. Because in general, when I look at people, I look at them, as souls, and I just, talk to them or whatever. But you just don't ever know who that mass shooter is going to be. You
Okay.
don't ever
Would
know
you?
who that, and that's what I meant by it.
So you mean the mass
Like,
shooter to shoot you?
to shoot anyone.
Well, it's not going to get us. It's going to get you because that's the one that's. I'm saying it's whatever it is. We're not. We're. It's going to come at all of us in a different, in whatever way it's going to come at us. And it's all different because we're all different. So
Okay.
if that's yours, is that yours, then that's what it's going to use. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
if that's what you're, I'm just saying, and I hate to use the word afraid, but if that's what your concern is of you being harmed or killed by another human being, then there are human beings out there that are under the
That the force
influence,
can use
And
to.
and then
I'm
they
more in, I'm more in fear of them hurting other people. It's not really about me. I don't know how to explain that, really.
well, if it shoots you and you're dying and you die in your organic human body that you have right now, then you're basically gone.
Do you think so? If that's what you kind of fear, the humans of hurting other people, then do you not think you going in, you're going to affect the team you're with, your team?
No, not at all. I'm going in as though it's a cemetery. I'm not
But it's
fearing
not a
any of this shit.
cemetery.
Well, okay, I got Emmy now because okay, this happened to me once when we were in there and we were in a different part because it's not just that side of it. There's many parts to it, and we were in one part that we went, and that's the first time. And I've heard these stories before from other investigators, and that was the first time that I experienced that. I've heard other investigators go and say they'll go into a place, asylum, whatever it is, and then they'll get thoughts of killing their teams. I don't know if you've heard that before.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, that was the first time that thought ran through my head. So it tried me like that, and then bad thing about it is it's the after effects of it because you start to realize what you thought. What if you would have did it? You know what I mean? How
It
bad
sticks
would
with
you?
you. It keeps
How
replaying then.
yeah?
Is that
How
what you're
bad would
saying?
you feel? I was thinking about it. It's like, God dang it, man! How could you think that? Well, it wasn't my thought. It was its thought trying to get me to do that. And I've heard those stories before. I've been around this paranormal stuff all my life, and I've heard these stories before, and it actually ran through my head. And so that's what I'm saying is that what if it gets you to think that that it's because of the fear of hurting us. It actually uses you to hurt us. I'm telling you, man, this psychological thing in there when it does that, it could actually turn us into something that you think is hurting us, and you
And
end
so
up
you go
killing
into
us.
fight or flight mode and you end up hurting us.
Right. And you don't think it is us because you see something else. I know this sounds kind of deep, but that's how deep this is.
That's how I'm feeling.
Because it'll use that part. If you're gonna fight whatever it is you're gonna protect us, but instead you're the one that ends up becoming the one that attacks us because you think we're something else. I know it's kind of hard, man, but that's what I say. Until when you ever come down here and you go in there, it's like everybody else has. They all come out different.
Exactly, Beth. A huge psychological test. Now, like I said, you know how a lot of people will get their past readings and stuff, and I don't want to know my past
So
because
so what are you right now then? Are you not human? Because I see a human being. I see a human organic body that bleeds
meat skin
meat
or
skin. I mean, yeah, whatever. I see that. You have a mind. I know you hurt. I know you have emotions because I've seen them. You're human. So I don't understand how you think that can't be used against you.
meat suit. Thank you. Yes, meat suit. So that's why you should always go in as what if into that forest.
Now, if you were a spirit talking right now, or if you were an actual gray or something like that, then yeah, then I know you're not in a human bodies. But right now that you are in the human body, because you are, then you're susceptible to all these ways that it can get to you.
And that's any one of us,
I'm
honestly.
so you're telling me I'm not looking at a human body?
I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I think what I'm going to probably do
It's come down here and go
is
in.
go, is
Get
go
on a
down
plane,
there.
get on a plane and come down here like
I'm
you're
not.
telling you and go in there.
I'm not even going to tell anybody I'm doing it. I'm going to go in by myself on a live.
You'll be dead. I think I'm joking.
Oh, see, Beth, you're right, Beth. Reggie, you're not under attack. This is preparation.
Well, it's not prepping me for anything. If I get fearful, it does me no good. That's what I'm saying. It does nobody any good if they're fearful going in. Period. If you're manifesting it, it's going to manifest in that manner. Period. It doesn't matter where you're at.
You just got to come down here. That's all it is. Just got to get on a plane, get down here. We'll go, and then we'll find out.
I wouldn't go in by myself, or I would go in with somebody
Get
who
'em.
is
Get 'em for
seasoned,
there.
like oh shit, I'm knocking my
Get
fucking like
'em.
Anthony or even Lurker, because they've been accepted into the forest. I've been by listening to these stories, my mind has been changing, and that's the honest to God truth. Because shit, we were on a 4-hour live stream one night when I was making Anthony, I was picking at his brain all this because I was the same way. I'm like thinking I can go in there, but no matter what you have, your skeleton, the skeletons in your closet, it's going to come out, and it's going to put you to the test. And so if you fear humans hurting your team, I see what he's saying, then that's going to be you, because what's going to happen is they just turned you against everyone. Yes, Beth, that's what I would do.
Would you say rule number 1: don't go in the
Rule number
forest
thumb.
with a non-human hearing voices with the homicidal thoughts?
Rule number thumb.
Yeah. So when you're coming down,
I would come down as soon as I can, but I got a couple other things. I got plans first, but I am definitely going to go down there. But I've got the mind. I'm going to go in. There's always going to be that what if.
I want all of you to come down. All of y'all, all the ones in the chat, anybody that wants to come down. If you want to go in there by yourself, it's like we already said. Um, it's called the Donkey Lady Bridge. I don't call it the Donkey Lady Bridge because that's
It
the
sounds so
first.
disrespectful.
Well, that's the first part. That's the urban legend at the bridge. To me, I don't associate it with it because that I don't even. I've never done an investigation there. I've always gone past it from the first time. So that's where you can find it. It's in San Antonio, Texas. Go down there, go live, and that way we can see how you do. And if you do, if you get evidence, great. If you don't, you don't.
Because I was thinking like going into it as a cemetery when I was first talking and stuff about him. But like I said, I now listening to Sydney, it's really opened up my mind on that. Pete's still quiet, so I still got to pick at Pete's brain. Lurker, I've seen how it's totally changed him, and actually his was the biggest. Hey, echoes in the wind with him. His was the biggest dramatic change I had seen so far in everyone. Because I think his demons needed to come out. Don't be so quiet, Reggie, damn it. No, just say it. Because I want to hear your input on all of this, you know?
I can't really say much. I don't know what to say.
You just got to come down here.
You know, I don't look at it as I don't look at it the same already before I even go in. Like.
So wait, hold on. You just contradicted yourself because probably 30 minutes ago you said you're going to go in and say, "Hey, George, hey, Thomas," you're going to go in talking to them, but now you just said, see?
I'm talking about the way that you guys are describing it. I don't see it the same way as everybody else does.
Maybe
like
you should.
These spiritual beings are from different star systems, the same way I am and everyone else. And
how do you know that?
I can't explain it. It'd take fucking 9 hours to explain all the detail in this. I don't know how to explain it, you know, but I'm going to go in there. When I look at that land, I look at it as a land where there was a lot of death. Kind of like when you go into a cemetery, like everywhere you walk in that forest, somebody died.
Okay, let me say this. There's a difference of going somewhere where somebody died to where a cemetery somebody's actually put to rest. So cemeteries are a lot peaceful than
Right.
where a massive
so-
massacre has happened.
Right. And so they want to tell their stories. I'm looking at it different than
You see what? Like when we went into the
I
very
don't know how
first
to
time,
explain this.
we didn't have any fear. We didn't think anything. We stumbled upon this. We were just trying to find somewhere to go kill time. We just finished that show. We just wanted to go somewhere and go have some laughs or whatever. We went there and we weren't thinking about anything about the donkey lady or anything. We went in there with nothing. I'm just like you say, like you're saying, you'll go in there with no fear. We weren't thinking nothing. We just went there for a laugh, actually.
To
And
investigate. Like a cemetery. You were
yeah,
going there like a
yeah,
cemetery.
we didn't even go to investigate because we weren't there to investigate. We were there at a show. We went there to show for my son did a show, and then we were just bored after the show and said, "Well, let's just go hang out somewhere." So let's go over here, and we went there. It was four of us, and that's what I mean. We weren't even investigating. We just had the camera that I had was for the show, not to film anything. That's why
Right.
it's all dark. That's why that YouTube one, it's all dark. And that's what I'm saying. We didn't have anything in our minds about fear or anything or seeing anything because we weren't even thinking that. We just went somewhere and we happened to go to this place. And once we got in there, shit started happening. Then we're trying to figure out what's going on. Hey, what the hell is that? You know what I mean? So we started to see these things but there we didn't go in there with any kind of intentions or fear or nothing. We just showed up and just went in there, and it freaking took us
Be right back.
on a freaking ride. So when you coming down, you need to come down anyways, man. We got other stuff.
So
We got other stuff to do.
I got an answer for someone. Quick answer, if I can make it quick. Okay. If you can't explain it, then you don't understand it. No, I understand it completely, but 99% of the population on Earth won't understand it, no matter how many times I try to explain it. And that's why I can't explain it, because I've tried. When it comes to this particular thing, nobody gets it. And it's not to put anybody down in any way, shape, or form, but it's something that it's like all of the. I'm looking for a quick example. I couldn't tell you how many psychic mediums I ran into that, because the universe gives you what you need to make you the best you that you can be, and to suit your needs the best they can, so you can live a happy and fulfilling life. So a lot of psychic mediums that I've talked to or ran into, it's like their whole outlook on things stops at spirits and ghosts. Everyone you talk to were reincarnated as 100 different human beings, or whatever. But nobody talks of it. Not I won't say nobody, but a lot of them. All these past lives, and then nothing has any direct talk about possibly being reincarnated on another planet or in animal form. But every soul in the universe is equal to any other soul in the universe. Period. But they're how do I put it? Because it's not meant to be offensive. The universe hands them what's best suited for that individual human. Their knowledge doesn't extend past spirit and ghost very far. And so when you go to try and explain, okay, yes, this is how it works. This is, they're totally correct on what they're saying. But when someone comes along that tries to explain it 2 and 3 steps higher than that, they're like, well, I don't know where you got that information. That's part of the ego of the human being, thinking that we're the only life out there, or the only thing you could possibly reincarnate as is another human. And you can't explain it any farther than what they got a wall like right here. When you go up here, they're just blocking you. They're stopping you like right away. And that's what makes it so hard to explain. If I go farther than what people generally have the knowledge of, they don't understand it. And it's like hitting a brick wall. And so I'll take you up on that, Arthur. Are we friends on Facebook? I'll have to take a look there. Let me see here. Oh. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, it got so quiet. Emmy and Anthony kind of ducked out for a minute. Like I said, it's so hard to explain the It's funny, Anthony. Anthony typed something. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this sent out to you, Arthur. I will find you. Oh, I'll bet you this is you. Yep.
All right, sorry about that. My son was calling me, and then I was like, I'm going to make a sandwich. So, hey.
There we go, Arthur. We're friends now. Yep. We're on there, Arthur.
And Sydney and I, we are going to have Reggie on our show with Sarah, because those two, they have way different thoughts and way different thinking that, different than what I would think. But those two have a connection. And so we got to get together on when we're going to have you on the show, you and Sarah. It's going to have to be on whatever your day is off and goes with Sydney's day off. And I think you can get really...
Which Sarah?
Sarah, my friend Sarah, the one that...
The other Starseed. The one that was on with us that night.
You two just wouldn't shut up. You two were like talking. You guys were in your zone. Sarah,
Let's see. I don't remember.
the other non-human. Sarah Farnham. Well,
What?
I go, the other non-human. In fact, I'm laughing at him because he's laughing at me.
I saw your message, Anthony. That was
You going to bed, Carol? Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, I spelled
So
right
I
wrong.
think the more we interview people who've gone into the forest, the more we can understand that it'll fuck us up. I'm just saying. That's me. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever met her.
Yeah, you did. You were on the show.
Oh my God!
He said finally someone else, another Starseed. Just we're buddies. That became buddies that night.
Is this not the right?
Yeah,
Reggie
I see we're friends, but I don't remember talking to her.
Wow. Sarah Farnham.
It was a night that it wasn't it Chad? Who was it that got mad? Is that the same one that got mad that night? Or that's another Chad? The guy from Canada.
Oh, yeah, that was the same night. That was Derek.
Oh, Derek. Okay. Yeah, remember the guy that got mad because of the
Oh, okay. I remember that show. Yeah.
And she was
You remember that show? That was behind the scenes. Oh no, it was a show too. Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now because she
Sarah's
left
Musical
and
Life.
came back.
That's
She left and came back.
it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I remember. Yes.
I'm going to have Sydney and I are going to have you and her on the show. That way, other people can. 95% of the humans out there don't have the same thoughts as you and Sarah. You two are, and I'm not saying this in a bad way. You two are literally out of this world. Like, everything you talk about, your beliefs and stuff like that. Yeah, I know, Beth. You type in Taiwanese, but my brain just stopped. God damn it! Shit. I'm just gonna take another bite. But yeah, we want to have you on the show, you and Sarah. And Greg too, because I think Greg will have to be the mediator to tell us what you guys are saying. he speaks the alienese, Taiwanese. Excuse me, you guys. So Reggie, where can everybody find you at? Because we'll probably be calling this an end, but don't leave.
Led to the Light Productions
On YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah. And then I got Perfectly Normal Paranormal Communications. It says Led to the Light Perfectly Normal Paranormal Communications is another Facebook page.
Okay.
And then I've got Led to the Light Starseed Experiences and Enlightenment is another one. I'm always forgetting. I've got a.
I need to have everybody, on the team. Give me your guys' links. That way I can put them in my description. They'll always be there. That way we'd be like, just read the description down below,
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to do and have them on there.
There's also I have a TikTok now, and I have a. an X account that I'm still mad at Musk because I'm X, and then he named it X.
You should have patented it first, damn it.
Well, I'm on there with a big old X on
So
my
you
profile
had it first
picture.
and then he called it X?
Yeah, my account is ITC_spirit_111 is my account.
Why 111? Just
Well, I'm all about 11, 111, 22, any multiple of 11.
okay.
Yeah.
It's angel numbers too, angelic numbers.
Well, it's a pretty cool number. If you add 111 to each other, and then keep adding 111, it's 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 666. And it's really kind of a cool number.
True. And it's a good angel number. 111, 333, even 666 is a angelic number.
And I was marked with it, with 11. I don't. Did you ever hear that story?
If it's going to, in any way, I think so, but don't say anything on, because I got haters. So if it's going to like dox you in a certain way, don't say anything.
What do you mean?
I was gonna say, does it have anything to do with like birthdays or Social Security numbers?
I got a scar on my arm.
That's right. Yes, it's the bowling thingy.
And that was in 07. In 08, this other scar showed up without a cut. And then 11 years later, so it forms an 11 on my arm. 11 years later is when my awakening was in full effect. When I first had my awakening, I didn't put that together until after about 6 months of lane 11 breaking down all the time at the bowling alley. It kept breaking down. The light wouldn't come on.
That's right.
It kept having the light going off. And the only way that the light would work is if I walked up to the machine and touched it. All I had to do is touch it with my finger and the light would come on. And then, and it'd be on for the whole day. And then I finally got that light to stop doing that. And the next time I walked back there, there's a part of the machine out on the floor behind the machine, lane 11. And as I'm fixing it, I hear my name behind me. And I turn and I see a black apparition running across and a white orb coming down from the ceiling towards him. And it dawned on me when my arm, the machine 11, everything, how it lined up. And for the next year and a half, that machine never broke down.
Mm.
And so that's just one of the little synchronicity things. I don't know how to explain, but it all added up,
So, I remember that story. Come here, you want to go outside? Let me let the doggies out for a moment. Come here, let's go outside. Come on, outside. Come on.
I fell asleep.
Nah,
I had a long day. I just
I
got
saw
back.
your message.
I just got back today. Yeah, I know.
But everybody knows where to find Anthony at. Throw your plug out there. Yeah, we're getting ready to get off, Beth. We've only been live 3 hours and 43 minutes.
God, dog, it's been that long?
Yeah, I know. When you start talking about things you love and,
I was.
Sydney's snoring right now
I went from
with her
Brandon's
little ears.
yeah, you went to a
Brandon's-
different podcast.
to Sarah's, right to this one. So
Yeah, you did.
I've been on for.
You're a
quite while
podcast
today.
whore.
No, geez.
That's okay. We all are. But it was been a very good, interesting night.
I do want to take a moment before we end to apologize if I got like too offensive or if I was like trying to start to sound too defensive. I didn't mean to
No.
offend anybody.
Reggie, are you part Canadian? Don't say sorry. It's, you weren't sounding offensive. Don't
Yeah.
take blame for something that you're manifesting right now. You're thinking that we were taking offense of it, and we weren't.
Well, I mean, that's half the reason why when I start talking, I'm like making sure everybody knows I'm not sure of the proper way to word this. Because I'm not at all trying to offend anybody when I talk about things. Because
No.
I would never discredit anybody and their abilities or their experiences or any of that. And so I just wanted to make sure that,
Right there. Thank you, Beth. Don't ever be sorry for sounding offensive if you truly believe in something.
Yeah.
You're taking blame for something that really didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Or you think you're doing that.
And you guys are going to hear me on this, and I'm saying it, and I've said it before. If I'm wrong and I get knocked on my ass, I'll own up to it. Okay.
I can see him going,
I will.
I am so sorry. This is where you're going to apologize, because you'd be like, man, I fucked up. I am sorry.
You need that button. You need that button.
Hold on. Where's it at? Where's that? Shit, do I have it? No, I don't think I have it. No, I don't. Oh, Jesus. I thought I did. Yeah, I don't. Damn it. Now it's too late because we're like, but, see, she is the first to kick somebody's ass on that. And, I'd rather hear what you have to say and, hear your stories. And even if you come across, like you said, defensive or offensive.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
There we go. He had it. So, very interesting. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's something you believe in. Do you feel I was kind of like being offensive towards you?
You were light on him. She was light on you. I got like freaking drilled, man.
Him. I was just saying the what if. So. Oh, Jesus. Why'd he jump?
Mm-hmm.
He sees a naked lady.
Something hit, man.
Oh.
Wow. That was startling.
Yeah, you jumped. Like,
it
why?
was loud. Didn't you guys hear that?
No.
You were laughing.
Yeah,
it was
no,
a hardcore hit
jump
on the ceiling or something.
Oof.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cindy was getting the same thing.
Oh my God, she was towards the end too, before she was getting ready to jump off. Well, anyways, don't leave, you guys. You guys, thank you so much for coming in here. And Tuesday, don't forget the Wraith World is presenting the Huntreses Realm. We're going to have John Azuno, and again, that's going to be 3 p.m. Pacific. Oh God, he's still here. And it's going to be 6 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be broadcasted over on my YouTube, my Facebook, Paralinks also. It's going to be on Sydney's YouTube, Facebook, and I can't remember what else she's got going on out there.
You don't want to miss that one. I've had John Azuno on my show, and he is one fantastic guy to talk to.
Yes. So see, you guys, you definitely want to be there. Ask questions, have questions ready for him. Just Google his name, and this guy is an amazing guy. Even though And I'm not just saying that because I've met him in person. Other people that have talked to me said just from what they've watched and saw of him, his bio and stuff, he's very humble. And he's up for an Oscar here come March 10th or something like that. He's been nominated for an Oscar, and this guy is taking his time to come and be on our show and to talk with all you guys too. So he's a great guy.
Which movie? Do you know?
I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. But yeah,
Man, that's awesome.
trust me, I'm working on a few other interesting guests for the show also. Awesome. And yes, we got a lot of awesome things coming. And again, that's why we got the realm out there, because it's not just going to be paranormal or actors and actresses and people's experiences. It's everything. Even our own stuff too. So I don't know what else to say. But Steven, why didn't you go to fucking bed, you dummy? Jeez. And even Tuesday, I'm going to have everybody, once everybody gives me their links through, Wraith World and stuff like that, I'm going to have those set up in my description so that way you all can start following everybody too. And yeah, sharing is caring. But until we see you again, I don't know if anything's going on Monday night. You never know. Yes. Okay. I'm going to say this out there. So this is we're going to have a guest. He's going to be the second guest of our show, and that way you all can be prepared. And I didn't even know who he was till I saw him, but David Oman. And if that name doesn't sound familiar, the Oman House in Beverly Hills. And if that still doesn't sound familiar, Charlie Manson and the Tates murders and stuff like that. And there you go. The guy's a funny guy, but he's crazy. Just saying. So until we meet again, you guys, thank you so much for supporting us. We're still walking away with 13 people in the house. You guys, you've all been amazing. And y'all have a beautiful night, morning, wherever you're at. Peace.